What's up, Coop? We got a packed house today. Have you noticed?
I know, it's been a while since I performed in front of a crowd.
There's all these people staring at us.
We do have some good whiskey to help us with that.
Yeah, let's do a shot.
I think I'll need.
Where is it? Who gave this to us?
It was right here. We got this from a 1960s rock and roll icon. He plays
That's cool.
Monkeys. His name's Davy Jones.
Did this come out of his locker?
I think he stored it in his butthole.
It's surprisingly clean.
It has a stink to it.
It's called the prison wallet.
Yeah, the prison wallet. That's what I meant. The technical
So
term.
what we got here is the Dalmore. It is a sherry cask select aged 12 years, which is 12 years is usually a little bit old for me, but I'll give it a shot.
You prefer younger?
Generally, but I
Under teen.
Yeah, I like to talk about it on the air.
I'll just drink from the bottle because I'm not fancy like you guys that have cool glasses.
I still have JJ's in here.
Oh, you gotta polish that.
You better slam that then.
I'm not drinking this alone.
Where's the bottle?
No, I was going to take a swig.
High and angry right
It's
there.
right beside
Oh,
you,
if you
bro.
want to take a swig out of the bottle, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not saying I'm not. I'm just saying I didn't.
We're trying to get you drunk, Reuben.
Blast. We put the past on blast. Hit 'em with the truth, with things you never knew. Nobody is safe, no thing to place. Got Joel and Coop with history in your face. Iconoblast.
So, Reuben, you want to take us into the episode?
Sure.
Do the intro, the best voice in the business that's not
Let me
currently
know
in the business.
when to go.
Take it away.
Welcome to the Iconoblast podcast.
Yes.
We take a look at. Let's rewind it.
What is it? I don't even know how it goes. We take a look behind.
Welcome to the Iconoblast podcast, where we take a look at certain figures in history and butt fuck them in front of their mothers.
That's even better than the
I'm your
intro.
guest host, Reuben Snyder, and with me, as always, is Matt Cooper and
Thank
Joel
you.
Benner.
What's
Hello,
up?
boys.
Howdy.
So,
How are you, Reuben?
I'm great.
You look incredible today.
I'm glad to be here.
You're finally on the show.
I made it.
I wasn't sure what to expect. I was a little scared of what you would look like.
Most people are.
Yeah.
I had never seen what you look like until Joel sent pictures the other day, which those were just from the back, but then I got to see you from the front today, and you are
Great ass, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, no offense, but I was blown away.
Can you believe this old man can booty clap like that?
Thank you very much.
No, I can't even do that. I tried to do that at the end of the last episode, and when I watched it back, I was like, oh yeah, I'm never
Delete,
never
delete,
doing that.
delete,
The
delete.
song
Ever
I
again.
Can Make My Hands Clap was actually I Can Make Your Ass Clap, and it was after me.
You're a man of many talents.
Yes.
You got the voice, you got
Yes.
the moves. I don't know why you're not already more famous than well, I was going to say more famous than we are, but
I think he
literally
is.
Everybody's more famous than
Yeah.
we are.
Someday the cream will rise to the top.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, Adam would have had a good time with this episode also. So
Yeah.
not only are you the guest host on this episode, you also wrote this episode along with the last one too.
It was a joint effort. I helped. You polished it up.
I don't know how much polishing that I had to do. I'd say that you did
Just the tip.
99.9% of the work, and then I went through and just did my OCD thing where I have to put everything in just the right format with just the right font sizes. And
Maybe I just put the tip in and you thrusted it to completion
I like that. It's
while
a team
Joel
effort.
watched and filmed.
Yeah.
It's
So what normally happens on
yeah,
Fridays? Yeah.
it's very similar to the relationship I've had with Joel for many, many, many years now.
Yeah. Like 20 years.
I can't believe it's been that long.
That's disgusting. I hate you.
I know. Well, we're like an old married couple now. We
Yeah, no more
resent each
sex.
other, but it's like, what am I going to do? Find a new best friend? Takes
Yeah,
way
that's
too
the
much
problem.
effort.
It's too
I'm
much
way
work.
Too old.
Yeah. And to get a 20-year-old best friend, that takes a long time. It takes 20 years.
You hang out with? Oh, I thought you meant like a best friend that's 20 years old. It's like, have you hung out with somebody that's in their early 20s? It's a fucking nightmare.
No,
It's exhausting.
that's what I don't get about old guys with young girls. Like they're fucking annoying.
Literally, the only reason that Hugh Hefner was able to do it was because he set very strict ground rules for all of these girls.
For them or for himself?
For them. Oh no, he had no rules himself. He was able to do. He was Hugh fucking Hefner. He could do whatever the fuck he wants. Because he has a lot of money
That's
and
why
a
he
lot of
became a
power.
piece of shit.
Yeah, no, he was a huge piece of shit. Hugh Hefner was as far as I'm concerned, he was the equivalent of Harvey Weinstein. He just didn't really get caught for it because he was,
He didn't look as
okay, this is a bit of
toady.
No, it's a bit of a hot take. He was smart enough to get non-disclosure agreements, and the girls followed him up
And it's
until he died.
all because of that bitch Mildred.
Fucking
That
Mildred,
fucking
dude.
bitch, Mildred. Well, she set the ball in motion So really, she is still the She
kicked him in the back down off a cliff.
Yeah, but he kept on rolling real hard, and just he turned into a huge piece of shit. But we'll go ahead and jump right into it.
Let's do it.
With Hugh Hefner Part 2. So the first episode...
Wait, since we have a crowd, we should do the drinking game and be way more
culturally insensitive.
Culturally insensitive, thank you. So everyone has to drink whenever we are.
Okay, well, fine.
So it's more fun for them.
How are we going to be culturally insensitive about nothing but blonde white women?
Ah, shit.
Does that...
Do you guys all have drinks? I don't like people. Drink.
Chinaman.
Oh,
Okay,
drink.
2 drinks.
I feel like eating Oriental food. Is that drink?
Okay, goddamn. I have to be coherent enough to read these fucking notes. You're going to have to slow down a little bit. Space the racial slurs.
They drank.
Over the
I
course
saw
of
them.
the episode.
Okay. Like every 20 minutes.
He plays the first 20 minutes of Blazing Saddles, and you're like, no!
Or reads all the best parts of Huckleberry Finn.
Mm-hmm. I think we should drink if you say Huckleberry Finn.
How is Huckleberry Finn?
Or if you say if you like it, right?
Huckleberry Finn is it's
yeah, I guess so.
Classic.
It was just accidentally racist.
I think anybody who says that they don't like Huckleberry Finn is, well, I mean,
should drink.
No, it's kind of a, compared to today's standards, like I would much rather read like a Dean Koontz book than
Huckleberry Finn. It's
dry as fuck, but I still have respect for Mark Twain. He was an amazing author,
fart jokes.
Shania's dad, isn't it?
Yeah. A lot of people don't know that. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Shania Twain is much older than you think that she is, but she ages very, very well.
I wonder where his boots have been under.
We talked about Mark Twain in the fart episodes. He told fart jokes, right?
Yeah, he had a what was the name of the book? It was a novella or a short story that had a fart joke in it. And I'm very embarrassed about the way that I read that.
Oh, you mispronounced it.
I mispronounced it because it had so there used to be another letter in the alphabet, or at least a letter that people would use when writing that's called a thorn. And it looks like a Y, but it's pronounced TH.
Oh.
So I thought that it was, so when you see a sign that says ye old pub, it's not ye, it's the, because the Y is thorn. So it's pronounced the old pub.
This is a learning podcast, children.
I know, you learn a lot of things from this podcast,
you do.
especially things not to do.
Useless knowledge, usually.
Some of it's very useful. I've learned a lot of things that I shouldn't do from this podcast, but a lot of that happens outside of the podcast as opposed to being on the podcast. It's a result of the podcast.
Right.
In the late 1970s, Hugh Hefner was living the high life. He was rich, famous, and balls deep in beautiful women 24 hours a day. Hef was even honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, despite the fact that the only films he starred in were grainy homemade sex tapes. It seemed as though he could do no wrong. Then, his horny hubris began to catch up with him. Much like Icarus, Hefner flew too close to the sun, only in this instance, it wasn't the heat of the sun that melted his wax wings. It was getting caught giving a hand job to a dog.
What the fuck? Oh, you talked about this at the end of the last episode.
Yeah, okay, so technically that's not the first fucked up thing that he did.
It's the first time he got caught.
It wasn't the first time that he got caught either. It was just kind of a
it was the first time people cared about it?
Well, in the order that Reuben wrote the notes out, it was one of the first like fucked up weird things that came up.
He jerked off a dog.
Jerked off a dog. Literally jerked off a dog.
Why?
According to Sandra Theodore, well, I'll explain why.
Okay.
According to Sandra Theodore, who dated Hefner from 1976 to 1981, Sandra Theodore claimed in an episode of Secrets of Playboy on A&E that she once walked in on the Playboy founder giving their dog a nice old-fashioned. According to Sandra, and I quote, I walked in once and he was giving a hand job to my dog, to our dog. I was like, what are you doing? He says, well, dogs have needs. And I said, stop that.
What the fuck?
I never left him alone with the dog again. Is this another one of those things that extremely rich people get into? Because even...
He was bored already? When did this happen?
This was sometime between 1976 and 1981. So, I mean, there's also between 1976 and 1981.
So how old is he
can't be
approximately?
The first time that it happened. Around that time, he was probably in his 50s.
The fuck? Why you?
I guess
I
at this
literally
point,
just told you. Well, dogs have needs.
That's what his reason was.
He was an animal rights activist.
Oh God.
I guess at this point where you've had so many beautiful women, it's just not doing the job anymore, and you have to get more extreme and more extreme. And this was the first, well, maybe not the first, but the first time that it really came out. Like, oh hey, okay.
What?
You got to try something new. We've talked about that with.
Yeah, but
John
that leads to
McAfee
poopy
and-
stuff.
Well, I mean, maybe
Usually it leads to butt stuff.
Maybe he got into that. Well, no, he was.
He was fucking animals?
He was an overachiever, so he skipped right over the scat porn and went straight to jacking off dogs.
But why was he jacking off the dog?
I literally just said it. Dogs
it-
have needs.
Yeah, but that's foreplay. The jerk off leads to sex
Well, he's
usually.
not going to let the dog fuck him. He's not gay.
How do you know?
Oh no, he was bisexual. Mm-hmm. Okay, so apparently,
I think he was fucking animals and
Apparently,
stuff.
Sandra Theodore just came in a little bit too soon.
Yeah, she would have. Yeah,
Interrupted
5
the
minutes
act.
later,
Then
so I was coming in his
He
ass.
may have experimented sometime in the 60s with male-on-male action.
With who?
It didn't specify a
yeah,
name.
it doesn't matter. I mean, with the amount of people that are rotating through his multiple properties, it could have been anyone. I mean, it could have been Milton Berle. That would make so if he fucked Milton Berle, that would make him and Marilyn Monroe Eskimo brothers or Eskimo siblings.
Cool.
I just think that once you get that rich and powerful and you have so much access to sex, it's the same thing with John McAfee. Because John McAfee, like
He wasn't jerking off dogs and shit.
he was fucking whales.
That we know of yet.
That's true.
No, well, he did talk about how some of his friends, when they were doing all the bath salts made people so horny that he couldn't leave his friends alone with his dogs.
Because they would try to fuck the dogs.
Yeah, but that's sort of like, hey, is it okay
Jesus
if I
Christ,
do bath
man.
salts and fuck a dog? I'm asking for a friend. I don't think it was one of his friends that was fucking the dogs. I
Like,
think.
hey
it was
man,
John
have your
McAfee.
dogs eaten yet? Why do you ask? Oh no, don't worry.
I mean, I just got this jar of peanut
Yeah,
butter right here.
yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but maybe I'll just feed some of that to him. Would you mind leaving us alone for a little while?
Can I take him for a walk?
I think that once you have so much access to sex, you're going to get bored of it. You have to start pushing the boundaries.
What's that like, Joel?
Well, you have to sober up, or else you do something bad like jerk off a dog. You have to cut it out for a while, take like a month off, and then everything's new again.
Take a month off from
Sex.
fuck that.
Yeah.
No, thank you. It would seem that Hefner was running a sex-positive PETA of sorts because that wasn't the only time he involved man's best friend in a sex act.
Oh,
Well,
these poor dogs.
At least
Well, maybe they
poor
like it.
dogs. Yeah, he's
I guess they don't give a shit.
no, they don't fucking.
Have you ever
care.
jerked off
I
Argus?
have seen no.
Why not?
No, because if
They have needs, Coop.
No, because Argus.
You're all pro Hugh Hefner right now.
I am
Why don't
definitely.
you go jerk off your dog and tell me how it goes? Tell me how you feel.
We're in the middle of a show. What am I supposed to do? Just walk out?
Well, send me a video
we
later.
don't have time. Okay, now I think that that's more for you than it is for.
I'll
Argus.
jerk off to it and I'll tell you if I come. Drink. I think that was good enough to drink.
That was
maybe
animal inappropriate.
Animal inappropriate drink.
Animal inappropriate, yes. I don't think there's going to be very many racially inappropriate things or culturally inappropriate
Unless
things in
they're
this
on
episode.
purpose.
Maybe it should just be sexually inappropriate, but then
Okay.
we're going to be kink shaming. If it's something that Harvey
If we
Wein-
kink shame, you have to drink because we don't like it.
Okay, if it's something that Harvey Weinstein would do, we drink.
Okay.
That's a lot.
It's probably going to be worse than being culturally insensitive.
But that rule also still implies.
Yeah, that also applies.
Okay. I'm into that.
Oh, man, I am going to be slurring by the end of this episode, that's for sure.
Those are my favorite episodes, Coop. If you get super
you-
drunk,
you
Reuben
always-
can read the rest of it.
Ooh, that would be good, too. You want to...
We can tag team this bitch.
We'll tag team this bitch. We'll be like Hugh Hefner and tag team this bitch. Former Playboy employee PJ Maston said that her then boyfriend, who was the head of security at the Playboy Mansion West, told her of another story involving Linda Lovelace and an amorous German Shepherd. Maston said her boyfriend told her that the Deep Throat star was, you know Linda Lovelace?
No.
She was like one of the biggest, like the first big-time female porn stars. She was in Deep Throat. And Deep Throat was so popular that was a code name used by the person who blew the lid off the Watergate scandal.
G. Gordon Liddy.
G. Gordon Liddy. Maston said her boyfriend told her that the Deep Throat star was heavily intoxicated when she arrived at the mansion. She claims that, quote, all the guys were laughing and Linda Lovelace got out of the limousine. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, a German Shepherd shows up.
Oh, God.
They got her so messed up that they made her give the German Shepherd oral sex. You want to talk about depravity? This is despicable.
She sucked the dog's dick?
Yeah.
Did they film it?
No. I mean, if it was on camera,
That's too bad.
you would have been able to find it by now for sure.
Yeah, it's true.
But, you know.
At the mansion?
Well, yeah, at the mansion. What else? It's not going to happen at some seedy hotel. This is like some classy party
Right in
shit.
front of Capitol Records. Hey, everybody, come on.
Yeah. Sandra Thea.
It was a different time. That's all. Different time back then.
Yeah, this is much more tame compared to the shit that's going on with the multimillionaires and billionaires that are around now, because they have to outdo the people that have been doing this shit for the last 60, 70 years.
Yeah.
So that's where you get things like...
so it's no big deal to suck a dog's dick? That's what you're saying?
No, that's like...
Casual.
That's like eating hors d'oeuvres at an orgy.
So here's the thing. Now, having done the research on this and, you know, found this alleged incident, I know how hard it is for me to, like, wash my dog when she doesn't want to do something and she's all over the place, let alone perform some kind of, you know, sexual act. So, you know, maybe I'm overthinking this, but I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, were they holding the dog down? I didn't even think about it like that.
There had to be something else, because it's not like it's a human and she goes to town like normal on set. I'm like, it's a dog. The dog's like, what the fuck's going on here, lady? So there had to be a third person.
Bondage.
If you're doing it the right way, then...
There's got to be a
give me
Polaroid
dog
somewhere.
A bath. The dogs don't want a bath. Dogs want to fuck, though.
I'm just saying.
And it's Linda Lovelace.
This is weird conversation.
She was the most famous porn star of the time.
So the dog was like, oh, shit, I've seen her on TV.
Okay, I'm not so...
Linda Lovelace?
A Scooby snack. So even the dog's going to know who Linda Lovelace is at that point. He's not going to turn that down.
That's true.
It's like, I'm not really into this, but it's Linda fucking
Give the
Lovelace.
dog cocaine.
Fuck it. You know what? I'm good for the dog. Got a blowy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's another...
As long as they didn't hold him down or anything.
I started to think about this. I'm like, this just doesn't sound feasible. But I'm like, there had to be a third person. But I digress.
Someone had to be holding the dog still.
Yeah.
Well, somebody's got to hold the leash, yeah. Doesn't mean the dog wasn't into it.
What else do they do to the dog?
I've got a dog at home that literally, like, grabs the pillows off the couch.
I suck my dog's dick all the time. It's fine.
And instead of him humping my pillows, I suck his dick.
Did you watch the Linda Lovelace instructional video on how to perform oral sex on canines?
So Deep Throat was quite a few years before my time. Isn't the whole story behind Deep Throat is it's a woman who's, like, she's got, like, a clitoris in the back of her throat or something, or the pleasure centers in the back of her throat?
Correct.
What?
From my research, yes, she ends up going to a doctor because she cannot achieve through normal sex, and the doctor finds that her stimulus is down in her throat.
Define research.
Cliff Notes. I got an extra script and just read it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit. This is weird.
Oh, this is a movie?
Sandra Theodore seemingly corroborated Maston's recollection of the Lovelace story on Secrets of Playboy, telling the filmmakers, quote, when Hef told me what that night had been, he said, yeah, so we invited her up and we all watched. Just all watched Linda Lovelace suck a dog's dick. Neither Theodore nor Maston provided a date for the allegations involving Lovelace. So it could all be bullshit, but I mean, that sounds
That's why I said allegedly, so we don't get sued.
Allegedly. I don't think that Hugh Hefner's ghost is going to come back and take us to court.
Fair enough.
On March 7th, 1985, 58-year-old Hefner had a minor stroke. He's had a lot of major strokes in the past, that's for sure, leading him to reevaluate his lifestyle. He toned down the wild all-night
Had a minor
parties.
stroke his ego, his penis.
No, he was blowing a dog. He toned down the wild all-night parties and passed control of Playboy's commercial operations to his daughter Christy in 1988. She played a key role in directing Playboy's ventures in cable television, video production, and online programming, with Hefner continuing to serve as the magazine's editor-in-chief.
His fucking daughter was there this whole time?
Dude, it's been a family business.
Yeah, it's a family affair.
Oh, shit, I didn't know that.
I think that it was his son. I think that it was his son.
Who's running it now?
Cooper
Coop.
Yeah, Cooper.
Cooper?
Coop Cooper.
Coop Hefner.
Coop Cooper Hefner.
Coop Hefner.
Call him Cece.
Yeah. The following year, Hefner married Playmate of the Year Kimberly Conrad, despite a 36-year age difference. The couple had 2 sons together, which I'm amazed that he was even able. So all the descriptions that I've heard of him having sex with any woman is it's like it lasts roughly 60 seconds or so. I don't know if that's.
It was an abbreviated romp, you could say.
Do you think that is a lack of performance, or is it just boredom where he's like, I don't even care how long I last? I'm Hugh fucking Hefner.
I can see if it was in a group setting that he wanted to sample each flower if he was a bee.
Like going to a buffet, you just get a tiny little portion of everything
But I
on the menu.
think there might have been something medically wrong that he just wasn't able to withstand, penetration for longer than a few minutes.
Giving or taking?
Taking.
Good
Both.
follow-up question there. I can't answer.
Yeah, I wouldn't know either.
Yeah.
Because I can take both for as long as you want. The couple had 2 sons together, Marcin and Glenn, and transformed the Playboy Mansion into a comparatively family-friendly homestead, which still I've seen shit from, or I've like.
So he was a Minuteman. Sorry, I'm still on that. He was a Minuteman.
Yeah, well, see, I think that somebody who has spent that much time fucking, it's not like they're.
He's jerking off, because that's about how long it takes me to jerk off.
So what?
Well, yeah, it's the equivalent of jerking off for him.
He's had a stroke. He's almost around 60 at this point. So I mean, there's got to be some shortages in the old.
Wouldn't that make you
wiring.
last longer?
That's what I would think too.
Or you're just in there at half mast, just slopping around, and then you get bored. But that would be 5 minutes.
You're pushing rope. You're like, I just want to get this over with, just to prove that I'm still Hugh Hefner.
Maybe the dog got him, so riled up, and he just couldn't. That
was his last big nut.
He went
when
to
was
his
jerking
wife.
off
He went
the
to
dog.
his wife and was like, "Nah!"
Every time he's
Grover.
thinking about jerking off that fucking that red rocket.
I mean, he was an
Turns him on
animal
so
lover.
much.
He had lots of animals on.
Yeah, apparently he was. Yeah.
So, a cockatoo. Yeah.
It's pronounced cock or two.
If you're listening to the audio, Reuben just winked at me.
You've been winking at me the whole time. Nobody can tell.
That's right.
Oh yeah, but he's been winking at you with this one brown eye.
I was just about to say that. Well done.
I'm sorry. I'll try to stop stealing jokes from
It's
you.
okay.
If my eyes were closed, I wouldn't
had
be able
my-
to tell who's talking right
Coop, I
now.
have my mouth full. It's okay.
You know something that Hugh Hefner probably should have had? He should have had a good life insurance policy. If he had a good life insurance policy, no, stick with me on this.
Okay.
If he had a good life insurance policy, somebody would have taken him out years earlier, and none of these other women would have had to.
Oh, the ladies could have took him out.
Exactly. They would have been more well taken care of after he was gone. And for that, he should have had Policy Genius. Every year, people pay hundreds of dollars to protect their homes, their cars, and even their phones. But what about protecting your families or your coterie of young women? Mortgage payments, student loans, and other types of debt don't just disappear if something happens to you. And that is why you need life insurance.
Okay.
You may already have life insurance through your job, but most people need up to 10 times more coverage to properly provide for their family. Not to mention, that coverage from your work isn't portable. If you leave your job, the policy doesn't go with you. If women left the Playboy Mansion, They weren't getting anything after that. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Does this policy cover pets?
You know what? I'll have to ask about that. It might.
I'm gonna get a pet
policy genius.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a pet policy for my German Shepherd next time it's at the Playboy Mansion.
Hamsters too. Policy Genius is an insurance marketplace that makes it easy to compare quotes from top companies like AIG and Prudential in one place to find your lowest price on life insurance. You could save 50% or more on life insurance by comparing quotes with Policy Genius. Options start at just $17 per month for $500,000 of coverage.
Oh my God, why'd you do that?
I
was going to pick it up.
I needed to kill.
That cockroach right there?
No, it's not a cockroach. It's a grasshopper.
cricket.
Sorry, that grasshopper right there should have had life insurance.
I needed a
Example
Now,
of
what is that?
its family's not getting shit.
that family's done for
Its family's not getting shit.
because it didn't go to Policy Genius.
Joel, I needed a kill inside the studio.
Is that the first murder during an ad read?
I hope so.
Jesus.
Just go to policygenius.com/icono, ICONO, to get personalized quotes in minutes and find the right policy for your needs. The licensed agents at Policy Genius work for you, not the insurance companies. They're not getting commission from this. They're on hand through the entire process to help you understand your options so you can make decisions with confidence. Policy Genius doesn't add extra fees. They don't sell your personal information to third parties, and they have options that offer coverage in as little as a week without unnecessary medical exams. That guy, if he would have gotten a quote from Policy Genius less than a week ago, his family would be able to
Can you see that in the wide? The dead animal?
It's not.
You don't have to do it. Don't worry. It's a maze to get in there.
Yeah.
There's a dead animal down here.
There, Reuben is presenting the result of his work.
His family's going to suffer now.
I felt the need to kill. All I wanted was a sandwich. You pushed me too hard.
So head to policygenius.com/icono, ICONO, to get your free life insurance quotes and see how much you can save.
They drew first
Could have
blood, not
saved
me.
the life
Of the family
of
that
the
animal.
family of that. Are you sure?
Well,
that's
it's an arachnoid.
It's a cricket, bro.
it is.
It's actually an arachnoid actually. Yeah.
I've been trying to kill that motherfucker all day.
Yeah, it's been interrupting shows all day.
Oh, good. All right. Well, it deserves that.
For whom the bell tolls, bitch.
So you know how we talked about Hugh Hefner having a circular bed in the last episode?
Yes.
It wasn't a ghost bed.
Loser. No wonder he's a fucking loser.
I know. He probably wouldn't have been as much of a piece of shit if he had a fucking ghost bed, but we love Ghostbed. Not only have they been a loyal sponsor of the Drinking Bros for over 69 months, they have the most comfortable mattresses you will ever sleep on.
And pillows.
I can vouch for that.
Brother, I brought a
You have
pillow
one.
in my baggage down to Texas. So did he.
You flew
So
with
did
the
him.
ghost bed pillow?
Yes.
Wait, you did too? And you? Oh, you too.
So
You
during.
buy the what?
Yes.
Ghostbed Lux?
If you're a big boy, buy the Lux, according to
Whenever I
Big
got
Dick
my
Danoff.
Ghostbed Lux package, I got 2 free pillows, sheets, and silk pillowcases. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to travel. I'm bringing a damn ghost bed pillow with me.
You really did?
Yes. So did him, and so did him.
The pillows are fucking
We
great.
ain't joking, bro.
Okay, I've got 3 of the pillows on my bed at home. I have 3 on my bed at home. I have to fight my dogs for all 3 of them because the dogs
They like
already
them too because they're cool.
They
Yeah.
already like sleeping on the bed. They've got the cooling technology.
So are they all the same? Because I have 2 of the crushed ones and 2 of the cooling ones.
I've got 3 of the cooling ones.
Let me get one of those cooling pillows, bro.
Huh?
Let me get one of those cooling pillows.
Come and take it.
Okay, next time I'm there.
You got to figure out where I live.
Try sleeping with a
I was gonna
ghost bed
take
pillow
one.
between your legs.
I'm getting a
to
ghost bed.
realign your back.
No, I have.
Yeah.
I'm getting a ghost bed soon.
So
I'm next
I
on
have
the
to-
list.
I have to fight my dogs for the pillows because they already enjoy sleeping on
Yeah.
the bed. But once they're all on the bed, I've got 3 fucking dogs right now.
Did you get the
Once-
sheets?
No.
The bamboo sheets,
I
dude.
don't have
Yeah,
the sheets.
it's a little bit cooling, but they're soft. Like, you don't have to break them in. You know how some things, you got to wash them a few times before they get soft? Soft instantaneously.
Yeah,
Dude, this is perfect guy to have for this ad read. You have all the shit.
So I got the silk pillowcases sent to me free. Awesome. The gray bamboo pillowcases, wash them once, already broken in. Awesome. Yeah. I was hesitant. I waited. I got the ghost bed, got the bundle package, paid it off on one thing. Awesome. Back realigned, no pain whenever I wake up.
Wow. That's a real statement.
Yeah.
From someone who got a ghost bed because of the network and
personal testimony from
Yes.
somebody who sleeps on a ghost bed. I recently slept on something that wasn't a ghost bed, and I woke up the next day sore as fuck. No, that like ever since I've been sleeping on my ghost bed, if I sleep on literally anything else, I wake up with a sore back the next morning.
I was like, well, I'm not going to sleep on a ghost bed when I come down here. At least I'll have a ghost bed pillow.
Gotta have.
I love that you brought a pillow with you.
I know.
Yeah.
Seriously. It's like what's the kid from with Snoopy and
Linus?
Linus with the blanket. You're like Linus but with a pillow.
Well,
a ghost bed pillow.
Since I brought gifts to the studio, Joel, I needed something as padding. And the ghost bed pillow provided the proper amount of padding.
Oh, you can also use it to travel with alcohol glass bottles.
When traveling illegally taxed alcohol.
Okay, that statement is not endorsed by Ghostbed.
No.
I'm sure that they probably wouldn't mind. But not officially endorsed by Ghostbed.
Awesome everything.
You can travel using a ghost bed pillow to make sure glass doesn't break. What's in the glass is up to you.
It is extremely supportive, extremely absorbent. By absorbent, I mean like shock absorbent.
Yeah. Anyway,
one of our favorite things about Ghostbed is that each mattress has cooling technology in it. So if you live in the South like we do, or if you have a lot of hot bodies in your bed,
like Hugh Hefner did,
like you do with your 3 dogs.
These things are a lifesaver. Ghostbed also offers bundles so you can get everything you need. You don't even really have to think about it. Just choose from one of their 4 mattresses and then pick your bundle. So whether you want just the mattresses and the frame, which I highly recommend the frame, the adjustable base.
I got the regular one.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah, I got the regular base.
Dude, the adjustable base, that is
I understand.
It's a major selling point because you grab the remote and you're like, oh, you want to recline, you want to raise your feet up, oh, you want the bed to vibrate, you want some lights underneath the bed. It's like driving one of those super fancy Fast and Furious cars, except it's a bed.
But your bed is family.
Oh yeah,
Sick.
the adjustable base is fucking.
And you can charge your phone on it as long as you don't leave it in your Uber.
2 USB ports on either side of the bed if you have the adjustable base that I have. So anyway, right now, Ghostbed is offering 40% off Ghostbed bundles where you can get a mattress and adjustable base, or you can get 30% off your entire order when you use the promo code DrinkinBros at ghostbed.com/DrinkinBros. You can buy a mattress for around $35 per month, and they have no money down, 0% financing plan for up to 60 months. 60 months, that's older than most of Hugh Hefner's.
That's 9 shy of 69.
Do you think the girlfriends would have stayed longer if Hugh would have had a ghost bed because of the cooling technology and the support?
Honestly, I think that's what his girlfriends were missing was the support that a ghost bed could have offered.
With all these girls, it's too hot in here. If we only had something that had cooling technology.
This place is full of men and it's too hot in here.
Yeah. If we had a ghost bed in here right now, then
and if we had a mattress protector.
We would definitely need a mattress protector, that's for sure. Go check it out now at ghostbed.com/drinkinbros. Ghostbed, sleep so good it's scary. All right, so they turned the Playboy Mansion into a comparatively family-friendly homestead, which it still definitely
comparatively
was because he had like literal libraries of pornography. There's still Playboy Playmates walking around all over the place.
There's a sex swing as you know, a swing.
That's what he's pushing his kids in
it's
when they're
family-friendly.
growing up. It's like, here, you want to sit in the swing? It's like, why is the swing in your bedroom, Daddy?
Why does it smell like the dog?
Oh. I'm going to drink for that.
Okay, yeah, I'll drink for that one too.
At some point, whenever you do the edit, you should just, who let the dogs out? Just like a 3-seconder.
Every time.
That'll be the theme song for this whole episode.
That's the title. Who let the dogs
Who let
out?
the dogs out?
Hugh Hefner Part 2.
So Hefner and Conrad remained together until 1998, after which she moved into the house next door to the mansion. So they called his show the Girls Next Door. Technically, his ex-wife is the girl next door. Hefner filed for divorce from Conrad in 2009.
It's his
after
second
an
wife now.
11-year separation. Second wife.
Dewey.
After that fucking
bitch Mildred.
Citing irreconcilable differences. I think the irreconcilable difference would be that she was over the age of 25.
Oh, he's got the same thing that Leo has.
That same disorder that Leonardo DiCaprio has.
Maybe that's contagious in the LA area. It's a good thing you boys got out.
I know, it might be. Because I generally prefer older women now. I mean, older than 25.
So like 27.
26.
Yeah, roughly 26.
Okay.
He stated that he only remained nominally married to her for the sake of their children. Yeah, right. He was trying. Okay, so he says that the reason that they separated but they didn't divorce was for the sake of their children.
It's because she caught him jerking dogs off all the time.
Well, no, and also not so. So she was going to take half of his shit, and he'd have to start paying her alimony. He's like, if I just keep supporting you the way that I've already been supporting you, it's going to cost me less money in the long run.
Yeah.
But then his youngest child turned 18, and they finalized the divorce in 2010. 2005 saw the premiere of The Girls Next Door, a reality series focusing on the lives of Hefner and his girlfriends at the Playboy Mansion. Which... So they turned it into a more family-friendly place after he had kids. Still had multiple girlfriends.
He always did, right? Didn't he always just have tons of girlfriends?
Up to 7 at a time.
Yeah,
was that after his wife, or even when he was with his wife?
No, that was.
Yeah, this is post second marriage.
Okay,
yeah, but I think that
Post
it was always a swinger situation.
Yeah.
They were in an open relationship.
Yeah.
She was like, "It's okay if you jerk off dogs and suck dogs' dicks and shit."
No, that was the line that she drew in the sand. Is you can fuck other women, but you're not fucking my dog.
That's true.
She
was upset about it, right?
She did it like Braveheart, She's like, "You can take my money, but you can't fuck my dog."
You can fuck other women, but you'll never fuck my poodle. I don't know if it was a poodle. I'm imagining it was probably a Yorkie or something like that.
I could see it being a poodle.
I don't think it's going to be like a Great Dane.
Or maybe he likes something big.
Fight back.
He's an older man, maybe frail, and this horse just knocks you over.
Oh, God.
Screw it.
It's way too much imagery in my head.
That's how Mr. Hands died.
If it was a little dog, he'd be using just like his thumb and his pointer. When she walked in, he'd be like,
Oh, during the manipulation of the dog's private area.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Yeah,
but if it was a bigger dog,
he
he'd
was
be,
I thought you were talking about pushing the weed eater bulb. I'm like, oh yeah. Oh, never mind.
I don't know. Maybe he was playing with the dog's prostate while he was jerking it off. If he knows what he's doing, then
after the stroke, he might have thought that was the doorbell.
Drink. We're talking about dogs' buttholes.
Oh, that poor old man. He didn't do anything wrong. He was just senile.
And this is why Lassie was never invited.
Was he
to the Playboy
blind?
Mansion.
No, that's how Lassie got her job. Look,
and died
you want this job,
multiple times.
You're going to have to get on the dog bed.
So there was Lassie and Benji and Scooby-Doo and...
The dolphin? What was the dolphin?
Flipper.
You probably finger bang Flipper.
Yeah, do you think that it's any easier for, like, animal actors? No, they're still getting...
There's a casting couch or pool?
Casting couch, casting dog bed, casting aquarium, casting cat tree, like whatever the most comfortable situation is for them.
So was he the bunnies had to fuck him to become a bunny? We haven't said that. Like was
No,
he?
well,
Did they have to
case.
fuck him to get their jobs? Or?
It was the women that lived in the mansion. We're going to get into that a little bit later in the episode, but it wasn't even just an unspoken agreement. It was
contractual.
There might have been like a middleman or woman that had to partake. Hey, Hugh, she's got the goods. You never know.
Yeah, outside of that, any of the women that moved into the mansion, and like I said, we're going to get to that a little bit later in the episode. If you were living in the mansion, you might not be paying rent, but you're paying rent.
You gotta fuck Hugh for 60 seconds every 2 weeks.
Weekly. It was generally on Wednesdays and Fridays.
Really? Or did you make that up?
No, it was fucking scheduled.
Yeah, it's scheduled.
Yes.
Fuck?
Very meticulous.
Twice a week?
He's an old man.
1 minute each? Would he do multiples in those? All of them?
Well,
They know we know what this is. Okay, I don't know anything about this.
No, some of them don't know that was what the agreement was. They wouldn't find out until later. But at that point, considering you'll find out.
I don't know shit about this.
So
I just know he was a cool dude with hot chicks.
Oh, no, he was
so cool.
He was a manipulative piece of shit. Yeah, he was a bad boy. The show's earlier seasons featured Holly Madison, Bridget Marquardt, and Kendra Wilkinson, with later seasons featuring the twins Christina and Carissa Shannon and Crystal Harris, who would later become engaged to Hefner. True to form, the series served as a promotional vehicle for many of Hefner's projects. By his projects, that means, getting more young women into his mansion that he could take advantage of. It seems like essentially what he was doing is he was running a cult.
Yeah.
It was a combination of Harvey Weinstein and like Marshall Applewhite.
Who's that?
The leader of Heaven's Gate.
Oh, that
Heaven's
shit.
Gate cult.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know much about that either.
So he didn't force anybody to commit suicide, but there's been a handful of playmates that have committed suicide.
Just
do with that
from
information what you
yeah.
want. The girls living in the mansion were forced to follow a strict set of rules or risk getting kicked out, and these rules included, number 1, no red lipstick allowed. Apparently it reminded them too much of a dog's penis. That would be
Or Mildred.
That's what came to my mind. I'm like, did Mildred wear red lipstick? No.
Number
fucking
2,
dogs.
All girls have a 9 p.m. curfew. Number 3, every Friday, the girls had to meet in Hefner's room to receive their $1,000 allowance. And it's said that they usually had to wait for Hefner to have all the dog shit cleaned up off the floor before they could come in. Number 4, the girls had to be quiet whenever Hefner was speaking, which I think is a fair fucking rule.
To go back to the allowance, that money was only to be spent on clothing and upkeep of them.
Yes, you couldn't use that for anything to make yourself independent.
Yeah, so they couldn't have a bank account and try to save money so they can escape. It was all to be used on them for, staying hot and presentable out in public.
What the fuck?
That's the only money that they're making out of the situation. If you want a car, Hefner has to buy you a car. If you want,
you got to be sweet to him and ask for one.
Yeah, if you want an apartment,
holy shit,
go fuck yourself. Go get your own apartment and get the fuck out of the Playboy Mansion. Like anything else outside of just using that $1,000 a week allowance to keep yourself pretty.
It's like some Manson shit going on here.
Yeah, it was a fucking cult. And trust me, I know a cult when I see one because I grew up in one. The girls were not allowed to date other guys, which is fair because he had been cheated on before. He he's respecting the sanctity of a relationship. He could fuck whoever he wanted, but, not the girls. The girls were not allowed to have an apartment. The girls had to have blonde hair, and the girls had to sign a non-disclosure agreement upon moving into the mansion.
Fucking hell.
It was like a job. It was a really fucked up job.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he was treating.
But that doesn't pay you.
And
it's a 24 hours a day job. You got to suck some old guy's dick.
And
jerk off his dogs.
Some old guy's dick. You have to jerk off dogs every now and then, and you can only spend your money on what.
None of them have come out saying that they had to fuck the dogs.
Just Linda Lovelace, as far as I know.
Yeah.
And Hefner himself jerked off a dog.
Interesting.
He was young-ish. He learned his lesson from there.
Okay.
Hey, 50 is still young. 50
for him, how old was he when he died?
20 years old.
95 or something. 90s.
96. I know the age is in here later. I don't remember off the top of my head.
I understood there'd be no math on Iconoblast.
Yeah, we hate math.
Yeah.
No math, no politics.
Yeah.
The 2009 season finale of Girls Next Door chronicled more changes in Hefner's life as Marquardt left the mansion to begin her own TV series, and Wilkinson left soon after to pursue a relationship with NFL player Hank Baskett. I actually saw a handful of episodes of the.
Is that Carol
reality show.
Baskin's husband?
Baskett.
Oh,
Yeah, he was a
Excuse
pro
me.
football player.
okay.
Carol Baskin's husband was?
No, Kendra's
Wilkinson?
husband, Wilkinson. Yes, Hank Baskett.
I think that
Yeah,
Kendra
He was a
Wilkinson,
NFL football player, and he liked tigers.
don't they all?
I think
Or
he
no,
liked-
that's
That's
boxers.
Mike Tyson
Yeah,
liked
boxers
tigers,
like
yeah.
tigers.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
Did you see that whenever they started doing the TV show, The Girls Next Door, that none of them got paid the first season?
They didn't even have a contract.
Yeah.
Like, none of the girls had a contract until the final season.
Yeah.
So
What
they
the
started
hell?
getting paid towards the tail end of the first season, the very, very tail end of the first season.
the daughter show?
No, the Girls Next Door.
No, the three girlfriends that were living with
Those
him and
weren't
they made
his-
it a TV show.
Those weren't his
Oh,
daughters.
okay.
Those were his girlfriends.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. No, I thought you were saying his daughter, Hugh's daughter, went and made a TV show.
No.
No.
That's separate. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm following.
Yeah. And I think you said six seasons it went?
It was
Yeah.
6 or it might have been 9 seasons.
But
69.
So they were
69
you know,
seasons.
they were doing several years of just like, where's my money? No.
So, Kendra Wilkinson and Bridget Marquardt. I
Yeah.
don't know how to pronounce her last name. Marquardt, whatever the fuck it is.
We can just call her Bridget.
Yeah, Bridget. So Kendra and Bridget were both complaining from the beginning that they weren't getting paid for the show.
Why'd they
And
keep
were-
doing it?
Because, all these women, flocked towards Hef to think that was going to springboard them into something else. Movies, TV,
Yeah.
whatever.
Sound like it's Hollywood shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same thing that kept bringing people back to guys like
Harvey Weinstein. Yeah.
Because he's a gatekeeper to the industry. And they would literally tell, especially Kendra and Bridget, they would tell them, if you're not into it, there's a million other girls that would kill to be where you are right now.
Which is also fucking true,
Which is
unfortunately.
also, it's fucked up, but yeah, also true. So that's
So even if they did split, they would end up not being paid, and there would just be two other replacements, and
they
it
would
wouldn't
not
affect
be
the show at
paid,
all.
and then they would also be
In a breach
demonized
of
in the
contract,
background. Well, no, not even breach of contract. There was no
There's no,
contract.
well, you'd be like blackballed.
There wasn't a contract until the very final season of the show.
That's crazy.
But yeah, they would be cut from the show and just instantly replaced with two new girls out of the revolving door of women going in and out of the
He's going to make a call to the bullpen, bring them in.
pinch
That's
hitter.
fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah, they got
That's why we're talking about it, I guess.
they got fucked figuratively and literally. So the 2009 season finale of Girls Next Door chronicled more changes in Hefner's life as Marquardt left the mansion to begin her own TV series, and Wilkinson left soon after to pursue a relationship with NFL player Hank Baskett. Madison also vacated the mansion and later penned the 2015 memoir Down the Rabbit Hole, detailing Hefner's off-camera machinations and the severe unhappiness she experienced living at the mansion. Holly Madison was the one that stuck around for the longest because they were together for about 7 years.
Damn.
And she held on to the idea that since she was... So Hefner would always have multiple girlfriends at the same time, but he would always have a number one girlfriend. And Holly Madison was the number one girlfriend. And she is the one that is currently the most bitter... I heard that. Wasn't even online.
Whose butthole was that?
Somebody step on a duck?
Did he film that too? He's like, film me farting. These
Holly
guys.
Madison was the one that was the most bitter towards Hugh Hefner in later interviews, because Kendra Wilkinson, she talks about how she was really young and naive, and it was very
18
awkward.
years old.
Like barely 18
Yeah.
years old. She had
Shit.
just graduated high school, and Hefner's over the age of 60 at that point.
She was a nude statue at one of the parties.
Yeah.
She had just graduated high school, and somebody got her the job, and he's like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" 18 years old, and he's old enough to be her grandfather.
Yeah.
Move into my giant mansion, and I'll support you. And at that point, she wasn't even like his girlfriend. It was just, oh, you want to be one of the girls that lives in the house.
Yeah.
You get a weekly allowance. Everything else is paid for. It seems like a sweet deal up until you realize that eventually you're going to have to start fucking him.
Yeah.
And that was the very eye-opening moment for Kendra Wilkinson, is when she realized, like, oh, I have to fuck this guy. But it's a job.
Yeah.
Like, you have to spend a minimum of 60 seconds fucking this guy once a week to continue living in this house.
It's not just a job, it's an adventure.
The few and the proud.
Yeah.
Or the many and the proud in Hugh Hefner's case.
What the hell?
Facing credit card debt and potential homelessness, in August of 2001, Madison moved into the Playboy Mansion and officially became one of Hugh Hefner's girlfriends. So this is Holly Madison, his number one girlfriend when they were doing The Girls Next Door.
Yeah.
And she was the one that stuck around the longest out of the three original cast members of The Girls Next Door, because she arguably was in love with Hugh Hefner. She was with him for 7 years.
Yeah.
And she was expecting to get married and, I mean, maybe not have children, because God knows if he was still fertile at that point.
I think she wanted kids.
I think that she did too. I know that Bridget Marquardt definitely wanted kids, because she even said that while she was dating Hugh Hefner, she was like, if I had a serious relationship and got pregnant, like that's what I wanted. I wanted to have kids. I wanted to be a mother.
Yeah, Holly was willing to go the extra mile and be with the old bag of skin forever, to get that money.
Yeah, I was listening to an interview with her earlier today where she was saying, I didn't realize until years later that the only reason that he kept me around was because I was the one that was willing to put up with the most of his shit and still sit there and watch old movies with him. Because all the other girls, they would put in their time once a week and party with him, make them look good, and then they would just split and do their own thing. But Holly Madison was the one that would be there with him, all the time.
You read her backstory. I mean, she was down on her luck. She needed some place to go, and she's like, "Hey, I'll try out."
Yeah, I mean, it worked out for her for 7 years, and I mean, really considering everything else going on in her life, I don't know where she would be today if that hadn't happened. But that's a horrible fucking way to get your life back on track.
Hey, Coop, can I borrow your phone? I have to take a break from the show. So I'll just tell you guys, I left my phone in an Uber, and the guy's trying to call me, and I don't have my phone because he has it. So I have to call him from Coop's phone right now, and you guys can keep going, and I'll be right back.
It's actually a cyborg from the future.
She sent you the number in a text.
Yeah, it'll be in the text.
Okay, thank you, Coop. You guys keep going. It
Do not scroll through the pictures.
John Connor.
Hopefully he's outside already.
Do not scroll through the pictures.
It's you jerking off Argus?
No, he's just expressing the dog's anal glands.
Dogs have needs, Joel. So Holly was facing credit card debt and potential homelessness in August of 2001 when she moved into the Playboy Mansion and officially became one of Hugh Hefner's girlfriends. Hefner controlled her finances, enforced a strict schedule and curfew, and denied her opportunities to earn income outside of the mansion. In February 2002, after all but two of his girlfriends left, Madison became his number one girlfriend. So, God, this poor fucking girl, it's like she had no other options in her life, and then she gets this incredible opportunity to start working with Hugh Hefner, and then she becomes his prisoner. Or, I mean, I could be entirely wrong about the situation. It could be, if I'm playing the devil's advocate, that could have been something that she was into. She was like, oh, I want this powerful rich man in my life to take care of me, and maybe she was holding on to that, just trying to do whatever she could to.
I think she saw her opportunity. Now, I don't remember what she was trying to go to school for before she got into debt, or if her ambition was to get into the entertainment, industry. But
I know Bridget was doing real estate, and outside of that, I'm not sure what the other two girls were going to school for.
Kendra was graduating high school.
Oh yeah, so she was just getting.
And Holly was, running out of money in college. So, but I'm just curious if she like, hey, this might be an opportunity. Hey, this can be springboard like everything else. Mm-hmm. You know,
that strays dangerously close into actually something that old BT Bates brought up in the chat the other day. The MGTOW, men go their own way type of ideology.
Yeah.
Where, so in general in psychology, like if you're looking at just pure psychology of men and women, men have a tendency to date equal or date down, and women have a tendency to primarily date upwards. I mean, it's sort of the result of evolutionary biology where this happens, where, you know, men have more of a drive to fuck, and women have more of a drive to be taken care of or nest.
Nurture.
Nurture. And I don't mean that in any insulting way in either direction. It's just like that's the way that nature generally plays out.
Send your complaints to P.O. Box Get Fucked, Austin, Texas.
Yeah, send your complaints to go fuck yourself. I'm right. So really, in Holly Madison's case, that was her best option. I mean, if she were to look at any other situation that she could get herself in, she has the opportunity to develop a relationship with an incredibly successful and powerful man who would be able to take care of her. I think that what he was doing was he was giving her a little bit more hope that this was going to be something more serious than it actually was.
Yes. That's what I started to pick up as I read more into it. And it's like, ooh. So they're both playing, you know, each other, you know, during some sort of game.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, okay, who's going to flinch? So. And
he was he had much more power in the situation, which the power dynamic plays into it a lot in anything like that.
I mean, he had the money, the house, she had the body and everything else that he wanted, so. The prestige and eye candy.
I'm back, sorry.
Welcome back, Joel.
I lost my sunglasses.
Why the fuck did you have to send a dick pic to the Uber driver?
Hey, I gotta get my phone back. He's gonna be here in about an hour.
Fair enough. An hour?
Yeah. He's been at the vet, that's why he hasn't been able to answer a call. His
been at the vet?
Yeah, his animal had like a stroke or something, so he's all sad.
Hugh Hefner, was he there?
He was jerking his dog off, and then
there was a Labrador Hefner that got in trouble when he had to go help it.
No, he's a very nice man, and he's gonna bring my phone here in about an hour.
Joel,
so yay!
You sound like you're in an abusive relationship. He's a very nice man. He's at the vet jerking off a dog right now, but he said he's gonna
fuck
bring
me soon.
Phone.
What'd I miss?
We were just talking about the philosophy of relationships and the dynamic between men and women, and
boring.
All the type of exactly all the type of stuff that you won't even let me finish a fucking sentence on.
It's my job.
So to fill you in, Holly Madison was facing a bunch of credit card debt, and she was on the verge of being homeless when she moved into the Playboy Mansion, and after about a year, she became Hugh Hefner's #1 girlfriend.
Right, I saw that. I was here for that part.
Numero uno. Okay,
Number one, yeah.
Oh, now we're going to get into sex with Hefner, which I thought would be a whole lot more exciting. It probably was in the early years. You know, like back when he was still
1959 to 1980.
Yeah. 1959 to 1980, he probably tried a little bit harder. Around 2002, nope, he wasn't trying that hard.
After the stroke, there was no stroke.
After the big stroke, his other strokes got a lot smaller. Sex with Hefner was reportedly a requirement to live in the Playboy Mansion, a key piece of information that
Craigers just brought me my sunglasses. Snuck them onto me.
Thank you, dude. You're the shit.
Smooth, too. He crawled. He was like prone.
Have you worked in the film industry before? Were you like a stagehand?
I think he was a key grip.
No shit.
Yeah.
How is that grip?
I mean, in my previous past, I was a stunt coordinator for adult films, So whenever they zoom in for the gaped pieces, I would hire the talent that would do those stunt. It's all unionized.
You were a stunt gaper?
No, I was in charge of stunt coordination. So I would interview talent, I wouldn't actually perform.
So the interview would be like, all right, show me how big
Yeah.
your butthole can get.
Yeah. Can you or can you not take a Pringles can, ma'am? No? Okay, you're over here.
You're just not fit for this business. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Okay. No, the training quarters are over here.
Can you pick up a bowling ball with your anus? Okay, you're hired. Those are the things that a lot of people don't know behind the scenes that somebody has to do. So
Someone has to know what
that
they
you
can do.
have proper adult material to express your love to yourself with.
Is this why you chose Hugh Hefner as the topic?
It's a dirty
No.
job, but somebody's
Did
gotta
you work
do
for
it.
Hugh?
No, I did not. I was.
Are you legally
doesn't have blonde hair.
supposed to say that?
I was his dog walker.
That was layered.
Is Walker a euphemism? I'm
Is
assuming
Walker in quotes?
that's why he stopped jerking off. That's why Hugh Hefner stopped jerking off dogs. And his later relationships lasted a little bit longer.
Holy shit.
So sex with Hefner was reportedly a requirement, a key piece of information that Madison learned her first night out with Hefner and the other girlfriends.
Yes.
Madison claims Hefner offered her a Quaalude, telling her that it was, quote, a thigh opener.
Well, that's sort of honest.
It's a muscle relaxer, a sedative or something like that, right?
Think of this. So this was early 2000s. Quaaludes had pretty much been outlawed and taken out of circulation
Since like the 80s.
Since the 80s. So I'm thinking
God, I
because
wanna do one.
Hugh had some money and he had lots of doctor friends that whenever that was going to be a taken off the market type of thing,
He got his hands on
he
some.
got a bunch and put them in a safe because where are you going to get a Quaalude, like a legit one, in that time frame?
He got a stockpile of those things and
Yeah.
saved them in like that seed
Yeah.
vault that they have in Norway.
Don't they expire over time too?
I imagine the potency would be, and they would
Less?
just take,
Eventually they
Yeah.
must.
but
Yeah.
The Wolf of Wall Street.
if you think about it, 20, 25-year-old, Quaaludes, where are you going to find those things at? Okay.
I want to do a
Have
Quaalude,
some.
man. I'd love to try some Quaaludes
They must still be made in like underground labs.
or something similar.
I mean, that's where like
I mean,
Ecstasy
with the
and-
proper amount of
and-
money, you can get anything. But I was
Can you still get Quaaludes?
No,
I've never heard of it.
they've been taken away like in the 80s.
I think it's a drug that exists to went extinct.
They're not going to be the same like prescription Quaaludes made by a professional company.
The
but
same
people
combo
are-
of chemicals.
Yeah, you can find chemists that are going to put that shit together for
But
you.
I'm thinking that he had the pharmaceutical grade because he had the money. And I think he
Yes.
just put some away because he used these during his exploits.
Dude, yeah, he had those
Fuck yeah.
over 20 years later.
I like this guy now.
And Hugh Hefner is not
No wonder he was jerking off a dog. He was on Quaaludes, dude. You can't fucking blame him for that. He didn't even know. He thought it was his. He thought it was.
Okay, yeah,
Drank it
yeah,
up,
I'm
yeah.
with you guys. That's a drink.
I thought I was washing the car.
Thought it was his wife.
Fake producer says drink.
So Madison turned down the Quaalude, but says some of the other women accepted the offer. And according to Madison, quote, they weren't commonly available, like you were saying. I don't even know exactly how he was getting them. I know most girls my age were not doing them and didn't know what they made you feel like. And I'm sure a lot of those girls didn't know what they were
Sure,
at
they were just
all.
the flopping starfish, and he was like,
So the stories that I heard about how I heard this a long time ago about the way that these weekly sex nights would play out with Hugh Hefner, like when he was
I never heard of this at
older and
all.
older.
It was scheduled.
It was scheduled.
Well, I
Yeah.
guess it makes sense. Everything with him is planned and scheduled and strict.
He's
And
a businessman.
I thought he was a
His
loose,
time is
juice,
valuable.
fucking
Figure
hippie
after
guy.
the stroke that he had to have everything planned out because he's probably in bed by 9:30, 10 o'clock.
That's why they had a curve. That's why they had a 9 o'clock curfew.
They have the 9 p.m.
Yeah.
I need to be quiet in here by 9.
So he's like, okay, this day's going to be a movie night. This night's going to be group sex. You know, this is animal time.
And
you know, why not?
time. I want to see it on the
I
schedule.
think it was what was it? It was Friday nights right after they got their allowance. That was club night where they would all go out.
Yeah,
I
they
could be
would
wrong.
show
on that.
off how good they look in their new
to
clothes.
promote the
Yeah.
magazine, right?
Yeah. Well, it was primarily to promote Hugh Hefner because he was synonymous with the magazine.
Did he go out with them
Yeah.
to the club?
Yeah.
So
there was-
they were still
there was
attached
like
to
one
him.
night a week that he stayed up past supper.
But think about this, Joel. So
And the only time they were allowed out of the house?
No,
Did
they could come and go, but they had to be
Yeah.
home by 9 p.m.
Oh, the curfew. I thought it was like nighttime curfew while even though they were there. Like you have to be asleep by 9.
you know, so by the early 2000s, you know, if he's trying to promote the magazine, which was on the decline because the internet, you can see naked chicks for free. Who wants to buy a magazine?
Right.
You know, it's just a celebrity type thing.
And he fell off on the articles.
Yeah, Chuck Palahniuk wrote one of his most disturbing stories for Playboy magazine. It's a story
shit.
called Guts that I know that I've talked about.
Oh,
on
I've
the
heard
show
about it.
before,
Yeah, yeah.
which is partially based on a true story. When he was researching Fight Club, he was going to a bunch of support groups, and one of the support groups that he went to was a sex addict support group. In that support group, he met a guy who, when he was in his like early teens, one of the things that he liked to do is he would swim down to the bottom of the swimming pool, and he would stick his asshole on one of the
His
sucky
name
things.
was Robert Paulson.
His name was Robert Paulson. He would stick his asshole up against one of the pumps, and then with the suction on the beehole,
Jerk
be
off.
down there jerking off. One of the times he
We all used to do that.
Oh, I hope it was a saltwater pool, not chlorinated, because that would burn.
You would know.
I'm just thinking.
speculation,
Yeah, from experience.
purely speculation.
Currently, we have a saltwater pool here in Dripping Springs, so
Let's try that
Join us
out.
tonight. So he swam down, stuck his asshole up against one of the vents or pumps
Jets.
in one of the jets in the
But
pool.
the sucky jet, the sucky
one
one.
of the sucky jets. Then tried to swim away, and all of a sudden realized that he couldn't swim away. Turned around and looked behind him. Saw that there was a
Prolapse.
big fleshy-looking rope attaching him to the jet, and realized I've just been disemboweled
so he was
by this
tethered.
jet. He was tethered.
Yeah, in a way, he was tethered to the filter, basically.
Yeah, and then ended up having to put his own intestines in his mouth and bite them off to swim out of the pool so he didn't drown, and then spent the rest of his life never being able to eat any sort of meat or anything that takes too long to travel through his digestive system because the majority of it was left in the pool filter.
Wow.
So we have Playboy to thank for that. Well, and Chuck Palahniuk.
Yeah, guts.
And just sexual deviance in general.
Well, in a way, we have Hugh Hefner to thank for that.
We do
for
have-
accepting that article.
For accepting that article. And
So
that's
was this a
why-
how-to in this article?
Oh, step by step.
Wow.
No, I followed it before, but I just didn't have the right type of swimming pool.
Didn't have the proper pressure in the pool?
No, I was one of those shitty.
No, it's
above
just
ground
Coop's-
pools.
Or
It's
do you-
gotta-
Coop's
it's gotta be
butthole's just-
on the
Or
ground.
is there just a callus so
I was about to
worn
say.
on your butthole that there wouldn't be a proper suction?
I'll
It's
never
more like a
tell.
weird scab.
I'll never
that
tell
covers
you
the
if I
butthole.
find
It's
out
like
after the
it's
show.
like some kind of space thing, and it's
Right.
All right,
coming
we're
out.
drinking for
It's
that
coming
one.
out.
Producer says drink.
Wham!
Bust open the apple pie.
So Hefner was offering these Quaaludes to the ladies. Madison turned it down. Some of the other girls did not turn it down. Then, as the night went on, Madison got drunk and was allegedly lured back to Hefner's bedroom along with the others. She claims Hefner masturbated while the girls were instructed to play act lesbian scenes. Meanwhile,
Ooh, lesbian scenes. Okay, I like that. I like
Pillow
lesbian
fight.
scenes. Here, try this.
I prefer Thunderdome.
Reuben, who made this?
One man leaves.
Who runs Border Town? Didn't say
Pass
anything
that
about,
to. Pass that to.
It didn't say anything about LPs in the bunny house.
Which kind is this?
They're all the same.
Ooh, this is the apple pie one. This is real good.
Big Dick Danoff made this last night.
Oh yeah, that's so fucking good.
I'm taking this one home.
Yeah, there's going to be 5 jars left by the time I leave tonight. So back to Hugh Hefner taking advantage of young women.
Fuck yeah.
So Madison was coerced back to Hugh Hefner's bedroom. She claims Hefner masturbated while they were instructed to play act lesbian scenes. Meanwhile, 2 TVs played hardcore porn in the background. In the recent documentary, Madison further alleged that Hefner refused to use protection. My man.
He never did?
Don't let the government keep you down. He had the money.
Some might say he liked a raw dog.
Yeah.
He never used protection the whole time?
So one of the other
Me neither,
girls,
but...
one of the other, not saying anything while it's being recorded. One of the other girls that had a relationship with him said that not only would he not use protection, he would refuse to get tested. So
nice.
That was something else he would kind of leave to the girls. They had to be the ones to get tested. They had to be the ones to get the abortions.
Oh yes.
It was all their responsibility. He was Hugh fucking Hefner. Like
yeah.
What? They're not going to be able to fight back.
So they all had the same shit. They all had the same friends.
In low places.
Also,
yes.
I'm sure that there is no fucking way that Hugh Hefner didn't have herpes and genital warts.
Of course.
He had to have had both. I mean, HPV especially. There's like 80% of the population has HPV.
Men are carriers, but it doesn't hurt us.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, you shut up right now.
How dare you attack me like that? But yeah, there is no way, because even in the porn industry, like if you talk to any porn star that's been in there for any amount of time where they've turned it into a career, everybody has herpes in the porn industry. So Hugh Hefner's technically in the...
But they're getting tested.
I don't have herpes.
Oh, they can get tested for it, but but like HPV and herpes, that's like the cost of doing business for a big portion of them.
And a prolapsed asshole.
Well, and a prolapsed asshole.
Yeah, but that can be cute though.
If you are committed to your job.
I mean, if the title was called Pink Socks from Hell, yeah.
I like a good
I
rose.
was not part of that movie.
A rose?
Yeah, it looks like a rose.
A rose?
Yeah, it's good.
What types of prolapsed assholes have you been looking at? That's different than my experience.
It's like a dollar store. Brett Michaels says every rose has its thorn, and it's just a
fucking butthole, dude.
It's an asshole windsock.
Yeah. You got that song stuck in your head now.
I literally was just in my head humming it right now.
We both lie staring
with like prolapsed buttholes just flowing in the wind.
So in a recent documentary, Madison further alleged that Hefner refused to use protection, saying it was really gross to me how Hef didn't want to use protection. The impact it had on me was so heavy. I never expected to be the first person to have sex that night or to be like pushed into it. I would think. Okay,
so
picture.
Don't you think as number one, she would be number one? Get it over with that way.
Or is it more respectful for her to be the one that completes the deed?
I mean, if I was number one, I would. Not that I'm saying that I would enjoy having sex with Hugh Hefner, but I'd rather have it over and done with than 15, 20, women's worth of clam juice on there going inside me.
That's no. I do have to say that.
Do you see this? This motherfucker's going prone again.
Craig, why are you out of breath?
Craig.
Because I'm fat. Reuben.
Craig hurts.
Okay.
He knocked over a plant.
Hey,
it's fine. It's off camera.
hey, buddy.
It doesn't matter.
Appreciate it.
Craigers.
We weren't sure what you were drinking. We guessed.
You know what? This is cheers to Krager's.
To Krager's.
I thought he was going to have a Chris Farley moment.
Yeah. I can't. That's him sneaking in.
Smash through a table.
Start using Throbbing Hood as a nunchucker.
Okay, so I think that this is actually an interesting question. If you're in a polyamorous relationship, is it more respectful for your partner to be the first or the last? The one that starts the job or the one that finishes the job?
First. You don't want to be sloppy seconds, ever.
Well, but then isn't there a certain amount of... yeah.
He's only going to come once. He's old.
Exactly. Like...
Yeah, so get in there first.
But if you're if you're designated number one,
He's going to come the whole...
your shit
He's
is
coming
so
the whole
good.
time.
You should be able to get him to fire the dogs of war off right then and there, and all these,
and then ruin it for everybody else.
No, I think if I'm number one, I don't have to deal with the cleanup.
I'm just saying.
Not one of these cunts.
I'm looking at Devil's avocado here. He's like, wouldn't you want to be the one that goes to completion? I'm like, well,
Finishes
if you're
the
number
job.
one, make your shit so good.
Maybe the first time they hook up, we're talking Playboy Mansion. 7
It's a
years in,
weekly thing. It's a
go
weekly
fuck a
game.
cunt, make love to me, go get your nut off over there.
But I do see your point of clean up.
Yeah, by then the nut isn't even.
I'm pretty
a
sure
part of
it
the
was
love
like
making
some
anymore.
cottage cheese, like
Let's cuddle.
maybe some dust.
Let's sleep in the same
yeah,
bed.
probably
Let's make
just
breakfast
a
together. Go
burst of
nutting
air.
some cunts.
He's like,
It's like
Tell me when you're
going to get
done.
one of those glaucoma tests, and it's just like...
I mean, he's like a wacky inflatable arms guy in the bedroom and everything, and you're like, and I'm done.
What about the grotto?
What about the grotto?
Yeah, he was in the grotto with all these bitches.
Yeah, but the grotto is literally like the grotto is probably about 80% semen, 10% piss, and then like 10% water.
Do you think they had to pretend to get off every time to make
I'm
him
sure
feel?
there was some
Absolutely.
award-winning acting being done inside the Playboy
Oscar-worthy.
Mansion. Yes.
Oscar-worthy acting going on in there.
Like, and the Emmy goes to Holly, fake orgasm in 2007.
That's how she got to be
Orgasm
number
of the
one. She's the best faker.
And
I would assume, because he's not even trying at this point. Like he literally is. He is starfishing on a level that Leonardo DiCaprio wishes he could get to.
And the award
Is he
for best
starfishing if
fake
it's a minute
lesbian scene
long?
goes to Coop.
No, well,
That's the thing. I want to know what it was
the
actually
way that
like.
the way that it goes.
Was he
from
like
the
a rabbit?
descriptions that I
That's
heard,
why there's
the way-
bunnies in his fucking logo.
No, the way that it goes from the descriptions that I heard, the way it goes is he's literally like he pops a Viagra, he lays down in bed and he's like, "Okay, girls, let's go," and then it's like there's just a line
And
of
they're
girls.
fucking
It's like
urban cowboying up there.
go up 60 seconds at a time.
Yeah.
They climb off. Next girl gets on. It's like going on a
Oh, so he's-
Disneyland ride.
And then he waits for the end to get off?
Or is it just whenever?
Or he just never gets off, probably.
Whenever it happens, or it never.
So if you're at the
happens.
end of the line, you get to go home early and you don't have to fuck.
I'm
Actually,
sure
that's a
that
good
he
point.
may.
So-
He's like, no, you're not getting out of here that easy, young lady.
Yeah, eat my ass.
Yeah.
If I come early, you got to fuck my dog.
You're gonna have to
And
tongue
that's
my
where
prune
Linda
hole.
Lovelace fucked up.
You're gonna have to tongue my prune hole until I'm erect again.
And then you're going to have to fuck my
Yeah.
dog.
And you have to
Bitch.
pick up the dog crap in the room on
No,
Friday.
That is always. Oh yeah, that is only on Friday. Holy shit! So when they're doing, because this happened like twice
Wednesdays
a
and
week.
Fridays? Those fuck
that,
days?
That room just had to
Oh,
smell
dude.
ripe.
So on Wednesdays they were competing to see who had to clean up the dog shit on Friday.
Stale seawater smell and dog shit.
Why was there
And
fucking
just
dog shit in
Metamucil
there?
And like Bengay.
So if he doesn't wear any protection, I'm sure he ain't getting his sheets changed. So they're crusty.
Oh,
And God forbid
He
you
might-
find a God forbid
He's
you
rich,
find
though.
a
he's doing what? Oh yeah, that's for
Hey.
damn sure.
and we didn't even dive into whether or not there was a squirter playmate.
Ooh, I can't imagine that he would put.
Could you imagine the
That much
pressure
effort into
if
it.
you were a squirter and then you had to pretend to squirt for him every Wednesday?
She's in there taking IVs, making sure she's fully hydrated, doing some ab exercises.
She puts the pillow on his face and then dumps a water bottle on him and runs.
Say, oh, you did it, baby. Good job. So hot.
She has like a water balloon in her hair, and she's like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm spent.
One of her friends has a hose. They sneak in, sprays them with it.
It's like a ninja with a smoke bomb.
Yeah.
Ninja vanish.
You're up, Polly.
Why didn't they just kill him?
Well, because he's still making money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're not making that much.
Okay, you kill your landlord who is paying your rent. The next landlord's not going to be paying your rent. Hugh Hefner sold the Playboy Mansion to somebody else while he was still alive.
I mean, if you can take 60 seconds of beef jerky dong from this old fuck for all this money
I'm just saying
and
it must have not been that bad. Is what I'm saying. Sounds
60
fun so
seconds
far.
a day to pay the rent for a month.
So
Free rent, free
2 minutes a week.
$1,000 a year.
You're in magazines.
2 minutes a
Yeah.
week, and you're taken care of.
No, but you can't spend it on anything, and you can't save it, and you can't have a
On
bank
yourself,
account.
You're spending on your dog, on the monkeys that live there. You got to think he had a fucking whole animal farm out.
He had a menagerie. He had a menage a trois. He had rich friends.
One girl
So
that was
it's
there for
one of,
That's
7
the-
years had a fucking monkey.
That's the producer talking, but he's not on microphone, so we can't hear him.
one of those things
Thank
where,
goodness.
where like all they got to do is
Big
while
dicks
they're
and off.
there, it's horrible, but you're just building up connections. You're finding the next piece of shit that you're gonna date for money.
Yeah,
And the groundwork.
yeah.
No, it's overall. It's a.
I guess they could just walk away too whenever they wanted, right?
Go back to the trailer park? No, thank you.
Well, by then, once you establish yourself, like the number one could have bounced and probably had a career somewhere else, or he would have made a couple phone calls and made that not happen.
Oh, it's funny. You know what the number one's doing right now? She's doing a podcast.
Oh.
Oh, we should listen to that.
You know what the number two's doing right now?
Dead
She's doing a podcast. You know what the number three's doing right now?
podcast.
He's doing a
Selling
fucking
real
podcast.
estate.
Oh, so, Kendra's selling
Yeah.
real estate. So she used to do a reality TV show, and now she's selling real estate.
The reality TV show was her selling real estate.
Oh shit, that's right.
Yeah.
That's not still on the air though, right? That went off. The
It was
air.
like
Coop, can you
one of those USA.
can you check your phone real quick?
TNT or something like that. One of those off-brand stations.
You turn on your phone in case he calls, because
phone is on.
but no, the sound
The
in
sound
case
is
the
on.
guy calls or texts.
Here, I'll pass it to you.
Okay.
Put it on vibrate between
Yeah.
your legs.
I'm gonna film it when he comes, so everyone that's watching the show can see what the guy looks like, because he's crazy looking
You're gonna film it when he comes, so everybody can see what it looks like when
he comes on me.
We can put that on Patreon.
We'll put it on YouTube. It's okay.
For the $25 tier, you can see the Uber driver return the phone and come on Joel. $25 tier.
We need to get a Patreon.
All right, Reuben, it is time for me to tag you in because this has been going on long enough that I have to go to the bathroom.
Alrighty then.
That's why you pee before the show.
I did pee before the show, but I drank a bunch.
Coop only has one kidney, well, at least one functioning kidney.
Oh,
One testicle. I got both.
Oh,
wait. So you have both balls and only one's functional. I knew there was something up
I
with
think
that.
there's a ping pong ball in there so that whenever he's in the nude in front of people, it doesn't look weird.
Do you think he has it? Oh, he put a. Yeah, I see that.
It's like a prosthetic.
A prosthetic ball. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. He can't even afford glasses, so I don't think he has a prosthetic ball.
That's why I said I think it's just a ping pong ball. It's not like medical grade. It's like, got the Chinese writing on it. He just stole from.
He just stole an actual ping
Yeah,
pong ball.
yeah.
And he just taped it to his other
Yeah.
ball. His only ball.
Like his nuts hurt whenever he sees like beer pong being played.
Dude, I was trying to think of what it looked like, because you know that the it's only one sack for both balls.
Yeah.
So he must have a loose sack, you know?
I would say lopsided.
Do you think, so it's like a ball and then there's like a sacky hanging thing. Yeah.
I think it's more pinched up,
Over- do you think
hanging low on the real nut side, but it hangs high on the one that is missing one.
Okay, yeah. I see that. Like a knot.
I don't know why I have a very vivid
I see it.
picture in my mind.
It's like a
of
knot.
this.
Almost like a butthole knot.
I've
like a
never
balloon
seen
knot.
this before in real life. Yes, I have. I'm just
You've seen his
no, not Coops.
his front balloon knot?
No, I only saw it from behind.
All right, let's see what you got.
Madison says the group sex occurred every Wednesday and Friday after an outing to the club. The former playmate compared a weekly sex party to a chore, somewhat like... Oh, you want me to go lower? Okay.
The producer is requesting that you lower your voice.
The former playmate compared the weekly sex parties to a chore, somewhat like a child needing to mow the lawn or haul the garbage for their weekly allowance. The control of the women felt in the mansion went beyond sex.
I'm getting aroused. Continue.
You're welcome. Madison says she also forced to quit her waitressing job at Hooters. Golly, imagine that. She worked at Hooters.
Interesting. Before.
Yeah, she doesn't really fit the wait a second. She's blonde.
Big boobies.
Attractive. She's got chesticles. I guess if you want to pigeonhole that stereotype.
If you believe in stereotypes, then she would work at Hooters, yeah.
It's not very inclusive.
Well, it's judgmental and stereotypical, Reuben. We should drink for that.
Yep.
Drink.
Here, hit me up, brother.
Ah. Oh, God, I'm going to drop it because I put the cork in my hand at the same... There you go. Here. Is that enough?
It is.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Dude, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
And thanks for writing it, too. I don't know why you chose Hugh Hefner, though. It's you used to work in porn?
I just figured that I wanted to expose the master-rated dirtbaggery that he had that a lot of people didn't know.
Yeah. What made you pick Hugh, though?
Well, you hadn't done it yet.
True.
It wasn't seasoned.
Was it on your radar before? Like, how did you find out that he was a piece of shit?
I did some research and as a potential episode to pitch to you guys before, anything. And I was like, you know what? This could work.
Who's an obvious douchebag? Oh, Hugh Hefner. That makes sense. I never even thought about it that way. Because he was like, everyone thought he was cool when I was growing up.
Yeah, which we all did. And then as I did the research, I was like, yeah, we're all idiots.
Coop, do you need some more of this in your drink? You still have some?
Oh, okay. I'll take more of that moonshine, though.
Okay, to rewind, Madison said she was forced to quit her waitressing job at Hooters. And I was just telling Joel that go figure that she was pigeonholed into that Hooters waitressing job. That's crazy. Which she felt was her only contact with the outside world. To make matters worse, none of the women were paid for season 1 of The Girls Next Door. Which, as Coop pointed out, it wasn't until like the last season. So there goes some residuals for reruns.
Oh, I don't think that they would even get residuals from the contracts that they had.
Yeah,
because it was like the tail end of the first season. The 3 main girls started getting paid, and that was just because Holly Madison complained to the secretary. One of Hugh Hefner's secretaries pointed out that none of them were getting paid because anybody else, any of the producers that they talked to, when they would bring it up, they'd be like, okay, leave. You know where the door is. We'll find somebody else.
Show of hands here. I watched that show. I watched The Girls Next Door. Did you guys?
Oh, I watched the first, 2...
I never saw it.
2 seasons.
Okay, yeah.
I know the seasons.
So I was kind of familiar with some of this, just what they showed on TV. I didn't know all the behind the scenes stuff until the research.
What was the show about?
It was just it showed like these 3 hot girls that were the girlfriend of Hugh Hefner and like the daily day to day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, with their editing, it showed it to be lavish.
They only show the good stuff.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like the Osbournes where they showed how fucked up it was?
No,
they would show the drama, which...
what was the fake drama they made up?
No, it wasn't even entirely fake drama because Hugh Hefner would start fights between the girls off camera.
On purpose? For the show?
Not even just for the show. It was like before the show
I'm starting to like this
started.
guy.
Before the show even started... He would start fights between his multiple girlfriends just because he liked them all fighting over him. and he liked the drama in between them, and then it just happened to work out for a reality TV show. So he kind of ramped it up that much more once it turned into a reality TV show.
Yeah.
But all of the girls, the three main girls that were on the show who were essentially main characters, when they started doing the first season, Kendra and Bridget were asking about getting paid. But Holly was like, oh, well, I'm Hugh Hefner's girlfriend. I'm like his number one girlfriend, so I'm already getting enough perks. Kendra and Bridget,
number one girl, yeah,
started complaining about not getting paid, and they were like, okay, well, the producers was like, okay, leave. Yeah. We'll just promote some of the other girls living in the mansion, and they'll become number 2 and number 3. So they ended up sticking around because at least there was more exposure to it.
Stick around, Bennett.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stick around.
I gotcha.
And then check off my dog later.
Oh, that means you have to drink.
Let off some steam.
Oh, yeah. You have to drink whenever I do the Arnold voice. Oh, I'm going to get you drunk now.
Fuck yourself.
You just reminded me of the little bit we have between each other. It's pretty cool. Maybe after this, we could go into the spa at your Airbnb, and we could take off our shirts.
Oh, we'll go to the hot tub
and then maybe
stick
we could
our
have some
anuses
champagne
towards the jets.
Yeah, and get the anuses sucked out. And,
Hopefully our intestines don't tether us to the pool.
We'll see whose anuses is stronger than the
We have
others.
to bite each other's intestines off to release.
Yeah.
Chew through each other's
Let
colons.
me tell you something right now, Reuben.
And then we
My
can't eat
butthole is
meat.
tighter than yours.
Perhaps.
Yeah. Why don't you take another drink?
But I'm willing to test it.
Yeah, it's all inside out.
So the only money these girls were making while the show was going on was their $1,000 a week allowance, which they could only spend.
I mean, shit.
Could only spend on themselves.
A $52,000,
That's still, it's good money if you can set some aside, but they can't have their own apartments. They have to spend it all on themselves.
There's pluses
Still
and
a good amount
minuses
of
to
money.
everything in life.
I'd take the deal. I would take the fucking deal.
Theirs is, 120 seconds of grunting and moaning of Hugh Hefner on top of them a week.
No, not even on top. They just, they get on top, grind around for a little bit.
And I bet you they counted every goddamn second.
Kendra Wilkinson especially would say, I would watch the clock, and as soon as the 60 seconds were up, just leave. 60 seconds, one time a week.
Speaking of Kendra Wilkinson was hired to be a naked statue at his 78th birthday party when she was barely 18 years old. Wilkinson had just graduated high school when she moved into the Playboy Mansion and became one of Hefner's girlfriends. So, 70-year age difference.
Jesus Christ. Considering who he was, I'm not defending Hugh Hefner. I'm defending Kendra Wilkinson here. Considering who he was, if I was Kendra Wilkinson at that point, I'd be like, wait, you're telling me Hugh Hefner wants me to move into his apartment? He's the owner of fucking Playboy. He wants me to move into his apartment, or his house.
His mansion?
His giant fucking mansion, live
His
this lavish
apartment?
lifestyle. Sorry, I'm used to living.
So if you remember back into the show, Kendra's mom was part of the show. They featured her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they featured her, so she would bounce stuff off. So her mom was cool with a 78-year-old man having her, 18-year-old
I know about moms
daughter.
like this. They're awful.
Yeah.
I have friends in the industry that literally had moms that were like, okay, look, you're hot, you're beautiful, you're talented, but if you want to succeed, when you get on set, you got to suck the director's dick.
You got to fuck this old guy.
Yeah.
God,
She's probably smoking a Misty. Sometimes you got to take one for the team.
Got to take that D.
She's like,
this is how I got your father in.
Yes, that's the voice.
Do the same
look
thing.
at your dad, okay?
You're not even gonna like this. Just go up if I yank on his dick once a week.
We don't even have sex face to face anymore. He just lifts my skirt and takes over.
I don't even know when he's doing it at this point. I've gotten so used to it.
Actually, we watch Jeopardy do it. It's like double Jeopardy.
Yeah. Double Jeopardy. Yeah. It's a pretty cool movie. Drink.
Fuck you.
Getting Reuben fucked up today. If you can walk when this is over, I didn't do my job.
Brother, I have trouble walking sober. Maybe this will right my... Ooh.
How many pages are left? I hate this guy.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Hey, blame it on Reuben. He's running the show now. And
Hey, blame it all on my roots. I grew up in boots.
Okie dokie.
5-0.
Yeah. Kendra Wilkinson's experiences mirrored that of Holly Madison. I moved in, and weeks went by, and I didn't know sex was involved. Because I knew nothing about Playboy, I had just graduated high school. Although she
Don't let the producer produce you. You read that however you want to read it.
Although she mostly spoken highly.
Yeah,
of her-
higher. Can you go higher with the voice?
Although, dude, that actually hurt my nuts.
One just sucked in.
Yeah, my leather-studded nut cup, fucking with the spikes on the inside, really started to pinch. Yeah. Although she mostly spoken highly of her times in the Playboy Mansion, she did reveal that she had to get very high or drunk to survive the nights when she was invited back into his room.
That's me, like
Story
every
of my
night.
life.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like,
I don't even need.
that's
to
what I
fucking
do to
that.
survive every night alone.
I had to be very drunk or smoke lots of weed to survive those nights.
Mm-hmm.
There was no way around it. At about
He sounds exactly like her right now. That's insane.
Yeah, they have the same voice.
About the minute mark, I pulled away and it was done. It was like a job. Clock in, clock out. It's
Clock
not
in,
like
clock
I
out.
enjoyed having sex with him.
This is the confession from the German Shepherd.
But it's like the computerized voice
Yeah,
to hide the dog's
yeah.
voice. You know?
They analyzed this.
The
Yeah.
dog's backlit and his face is all.
Dog has this
shadowy.
giant machine on his head to analyze its thought process.
No, it's one of those. They're protecting the witness.
It's blurred out.
Madison seemed to feel bad for Wilkinson, explaining that at 19 years old, Kendra was stuck with a 9 p.m. curfew, a 78-year-old boyfriend, and a stricter set of rules than she had ever at home. And now, adding insult to injury, she was finally realizing that she wasn't as special as Hef made her to believe.
She went from a more lenient household to the Playboy Mansion,
Which was worse.
She had more rules at the fucking Playboy Mansion.
She was just another blonde girlfriend, and life at the mansion was not all that she imagined it to be.
Damn, she got fucked.
Literally.
Well, yeah, that was part of living.
What was the dog's name again?
Bridget Markhart?
Oh, Drake, I guess.
She was the least attractive of the three. Come on.
I don't know what they look like.
She was a little bit thicker than the other two, but she was still attractive.
I mean, she was still.
Are those
pretty.
the three
Her
that I
face
picked for
was
the
a little
thumbnail?
neat, though.
No, that was a picture from the 70s.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
okay.
was one of the
Yeah.
earlier ones.
I thought it was actually the lady that gave the testimony in the documentary about the dog incidents.
Oh,
I thought-
Conrad.
Yeah, I thought it was her because I saw her picture whenever I was doing the research, and I was like, spot on, boys.
Was the research going through old issues of Playboy and researching?
You've been doing this research your whole life, haven't you?
Hey, I may still have an anniversary issue of Playboy and the first issue that Sable from WWE was
Oh,
in.
fuck. That's hot.
Yeah.
I remember when she did
And
that.
the one that Shannon Elizabeth from American Pie was in.
Oh shit! I had that one.
First one I've said this on the show before, but the first naked woman I ever saw was Pamela Anderson Playboy issue. Found it in
The
a
first
forest.
ever?
Yeah.
I don't remember the name of the.
Well,
first
except for
one
my
that I ever saw
mom, but
naked.
that's another story.
Oh well, yeah. Obviously, we're talking about outside the
It
family.
looked weird looking at her coming out of her at the same time, you know?
Your mom?
Yeah.
You have those memories?
Yeah, I can remember it coming out of the womb.
Oh, you were born at 13 years old. I forgot that.
Yeah, with the beard. She wasn't ready to let me out.
God bless that woman.
No, it was her
She was a
her
tough
choice.
lady.
He's not ready for the world yet.
My precious Joel, stay in as long as you want.
No, you move out when you're ready to move out.
Wait a second. It feels like he's got a beard already.
Oh, that's my beard.
Oh, no, I should just shave.
God. It's my mother you're talking about.
She's a saint.
No, she wasn't.
My mom's not.
I'm trying to be nice here.
Okay, we appreciate that.
Bridget was not Hefner's main girlfriend, but was one of the unpaid stars of The Girls Next Door. She claims that she was pressured by another woman to have sex with Hefner on the first night with the group. I was still just going to watch, and then she was like, aren't you going to go? It's like, you need to go. And I was like, I'd rather not. And she's like, well, then probably won't be invited back. So I was like, okay. And I would, like everybody else was doing, and I knew this was like a 10-second thing. I mean, definitely no more than a minute.
It literally sounds like I'm listening to The Girls Next Door right now. It's insane.
I'm a character actor. You know, I try to get into the role. I may have a bustier on under this T-shirt.
Feels like a live action. All dogs go to heaven
You're
for
a
me.
method actor. You're actually wearing the lingerie underneath.
Yeah, leather studded nut cup with the studs facing in, bustier, thigh highs.
That's beautiful, Reuben.
Okay.
I love it.
She said that from the point outwards that she would often
continue.
go first just to get it over with. Knowing fully well that Hefner had no intention of raising a family with her, Marquardt froze her eggs during her stay in the mansion.
This is sad. To me, this is
Someone froze the what?
very... Bridget Marquardt.
Bridget, one of the girlfriends.
Bridget, yeah.
She wanted to have kids, so
She froze her eggs.
Yeah.
She knew she wasn't going to have them.
She didn't hard boil them.
Effie?
She froze them.
Oh, it's very hard inseminating hard-boiled eggs. But she was number 3 out of 3, so she kind of knew her place. She was definitely, out of the 3 on Girls Next Door, I think she was definitely number 3.
I always thought she was number 2. I thought
Really?
it
Was
went
it like
Holly.
a-
I
like
thought
a-
it went Holly, Bridget, and then Kendra.
Do you think it was like a seniority thing? Who had been around the,
I thought so.
the longest?
What would your 3 be? I don't know them, but
Like out of the 3 Girls Next Door?
yeah.
I would.
What is it?
I mean, I could flip.
Marry, fuck, kill.
Oh yeah, fuck, marry, kill, Bridget, Holly, and Kendra.
Kill Kendra. Fuck. Bridget, marry, Holly.
So she was number 1.
I think that
What did she have?
for me it would be kill Bridget, fuck Kendra, marry Holly. Holly's still number 1.
So Holly's number 1 for everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, she had that stereotypical Playboy look
Yeah.
about her. Now, would I kick any of those 3 girls out for farting in bed? Hell no.
Oh no. I mean, they could eat crackers in bed too.
I mean,
wouldn't give a shit.
Cracker Jack. I mean, whatever.
They could all be physically abusive towards me, and I'd probably just be more.
That's hot though. Yeah. I like a good smack on the beak.
Nice
A
rap
nice
on the
rap
beak,
on the-
Joel.
Yeah, rap. That's what it is.
Joel's like, whenever I get out of line, I like to get a little rap on the beak. She said that from the point onwards, she would often go first. Oh, I'm sorry. We already talked about that. In 2006, Marquardt left the mansion due to her fertility struggle, and that her boyfriend, Nick Carpenter, decided to use some of her frozen eggs, but none of them survived the thawing process.
because
So-
she cooked them too long.
Yeah.
Because she froze them herself in an ice chest.
I mean,
in an ice chest in her backyard.
Threw them in the freezer.
Is that like a 45-second or 30-second in the microwave?
She was like a prisoner in the fucking Playboy mansion. It was like burying them in ice in their backyard.
Or
Can't, can't use the microwave. You need to use water.
What's
you boil
that,
the water.
what's
you
that
want, you want
French
to go like
cooking technique where they actually have it in a bag and you put it in water?
sous vide. Yeah, if she would have gone sous
Sous
vide
vide, yeah.
with her eggs, then she'd probably have kids right now.
Perhaps the microwave process hindered it because of the rays.
Wait, when she thawed him out, it killed it?
Cooks
Killed him?
one side of the egg faster than it cooks the other side of the egg.
So they were hard boiled or over easy?
They were partially over easy, partially hard boiled, but overall they were just a bunch of dead children.
Poached
children.
That was kind of insensitive.
Yeah,
for those
drink.
of you that are
Okay, yeah.
Trying to have fuck trophies,
Drunk now.
and there's nothing in there.
Yeah,
Fill me up,
I like the sound of that. I filled that up pretty
son
high,
of a
too.
bitch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Plenty more,
Come on,
plenty
let me
more
fill
whiskey
this
over
up
here.
over here. Let me put a little more drinky in there. Yeah. That was the same as the last one.
I am absolutely fucking
Well,
loving this.
Here's to you, sucking my dick.
Cheers.
Oh!
Show's not over
I'd suck
yet.
his dick,
Can't
too.
do that on the
Coop.
air.
Cut to Coop right now while he drinks your moonshine. Do you have a name for the moonshine? It's just apple pie
Damn, that's some
moonshine.
good apple pie.
Jill Ann Spaulding, another one of the many women victimized by Hugh Hefner, claimed that Hefner refused to use protection while having sex with the girls. In addition,
man.
he did not provide STD testing for any of the girlfriends.
Right.
Again, you're on your own.
Oh, he's not going to die from AIDS. He's going to die from old age.
A second stroke,
Yeah.
whatever. Some kind of bird flu from like a weird animal thing.
You might get rabies from a dog he's
Yeah.
jerking off.
Yeah.
So what had happened was I got bit by a monkey, which is kind of sketchy because it was...
So I was kind of jerking off a street dog, and I got bit, and I died from rabies.
Why does your monkey have a leather mask on, sir? Don't ask fucking questions that you don't
I
want
don't
the
know why you
answers
put
to.
the mask on.
Why don't you follow HIPAA regulations? You can't ask me those kind of questions.
Yeah. Allegedly, women were not allowed to sit out of sex nights with Hefner if they had a nose job or major operation.
Right?
So you're like, hey, I just got back from the hospital. I had my appendix out. The wound is not fully healed. Get on your back, bitch.
Okay, that wound's not fully healed. How about that?
Yeah.
That hatchet wound.
Okay, well, turn around. I
You have
wanna
more than
look
one
at it.
hole. What's the
Yeah.
problem?
So you got hands, you got a mouth.
Wait, so what was the rule?
He's just trying to teach
if they
them
have
to
had
have a work ethic, so they could
So
survive.
they weren't
outside
allowed
of the
to
mansion.
sit out any of the sex nights with Hefner if they had a nose job or major operation. So,
so even though they had an operation, they still had to fuck him.
yeah.
My boy, dude.
It's a work ethic.
This fool's
These-
gangster, dude.
These women obviously.
He's like a fucking thug, dude.
These women
It's
obviously.
like Che Guevara levels.
They obviously didn't have fathers that were present, so he was just playing the role of daddy. Like, hey, I'm going to teach you how to be a very upstanding member.
He was
of
going up
society.
on the list, dude. He's moving up on the list.
No, yeah, he's a huge piece of shit.
This is some Che Guevara
Piece of
shit, dude.
Yeah.
Even if a woman was so sick that her doctors advised her not to participate, she still had to show up, reports claim. This is distressfully similar to the tactics used by a Hollywood gatekeeper such as Harvey Weinstein. If they didn't play the game, they are not replaced by a girl that will.
Yeah.
That's how these guys in power do shit like that. Is they're if you're one of these gatekeepers,
It's a meat grinder.
Yeah, there's
So they cooked up a story and dropped all these hot chicks into the meat grinder.
it's the meat grinder.
Yeah.
There
And
was
then
a
they started pushing
firefight.
a lot of pencils.
Yeah, and they pushed too many pencils. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucked up, dude.
It is a fucked up thing. That's the whole thing about that power dynamic is if you're one of these gatekeepers where you hold the key to the access to an industry that they want to be a part of, or not even just a specific industry, but you are the gatekeeper to stardom.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of people that'll fight for that exact same position, and if you're not willing to do whatever fucked up shit that this gatekeeper wants you to do, then they're going to have plenty of other people that they're going to fight for that spot.
Yeah.
It's like Ed Powers in the adult industry. Oh, I have a modeling agency. Oh, hey, you have to screw me on film to test you out, you know.
Yeah,
The casting couch.
yeah. It's it is literally the casting couch, and the whole concept of the casting couch branches outside of just the porn industry, or it branches outside of the acting industry. Like, there's a lot of different people that hold the keys to the gate to the
A position
career,
of
the industry
power.
that you want.
of
You're
any
like, hey,
any place.
If this is something that you want, you gotta suck a few dicks.
You gotta break a few eggs.
Yeah.
I had to,
Make an omelet, you
I had to
gotta
suck a
few
dick to get the
dicks.
job I have today.
Oh, dude,
It was 2 dicks, actually. One had a fake tan.
I do it by choice.
One had a fake tan. I'm not going to speculate. I have an idea, but I got you. Here's where it starts to get a little weird. Sisters Carissa and Christina Shannon joined the cast of The Girl Next Door in 2019. Sisters.
Yeah.
Okay?
Uh-oh.
Okay. The duo were allegedly later kicked out of the mansion for dating men aside from Hefner. There was a strict no boys allowed rule in the mansion, save for Hefner. And of course, according to Carissa, we were not allowed to have boys in the house. That was the absolute #1 rule. No boys allowed. That was one of the main reasons we moved out. But living there and being seen out with other guys, Hugh was tripping.
Every time he does a quote from one of the girls, I just imagine a German Shepherd talking. I can't help it. I don't.
Hello.
It's like
Welcome to the
all dogs go to heaven.
So, just a little thought experiment here.
Thought experiment, yeah.
You are Hugh Hefner or some sort of equivalent. You have multiple women moving in to live in your mansion.
Yeah.
Is it unreasonable I already know my answer to this question. Is it unreasonable to tell them you can't have any boys at my house? If you stay here,
everything that's happening there is unreasonable.
Okay. Well, yeah, obviously.
Are we not going to get past that these are fucking sisters? And if we go back into the previous parts of the story, hey, Hugh made the girls do,
Group
fake.
Well, they should probably fuck them at the same time.
So he was making them do some kind of.
That's why he would have twins.
He was making them do some kind of incest type stuff for his pleasure.
Did he make the sisters do that?
I don't know. There was a pair of girls that worked at they either worked at the Bunny Ranch or the Chicken Ranch. I know there were some disagreements in the chat the other night about whether or not it's the Bunny Ranch or the Chicken Ranch. There's a Bunny Ranch and a Chicken Ranch brothels outside of Reno. But there was
Reuben knows.
I'm a dirty old man, Joel. I know a lot of things, okay?
Hey, he's been around the block. You don't get a mustache like that without going around the block.
That's true.
So there were a pair of twins that worked I think it was at the Bunny Ranch, and the whole gimmick for them was like you would pay for
Bunny
both.
Ranch, yeah.
They wouldn't. I don't think that they would do anything directly to each other. If they did, that's really fucking weird. So they should get paid a little bit extra. But yeah, that's like one of the fantasies. But anyway, my original question: how do you feel about the whole thing with? You're inviting all these women to live in your house, but you're saying if you live here, you can't have boys over.
Okay, so I don't agree with 99.9% of his rules, okay?
Yeah.
But I will go, okay, if you're living in my house, no other dudes. I mean, I don't agree.
Would you let them have dudes outside of the house?
It's a tough question, Coop. I mean,
See, this is the
personally,
conundrum that Hugh Hefner was facing.
if I don't know about it, whatever. But
It's impossible to put myself in his shoes.
Yeah.
No, the answer is fuck no. It's all fucked up.
Your feet are bigger than Hugh's, so I don't think you'll fit in his shoes.
I would never want to either.
Well, you need to have some nice like silk slippers or something like that.
I think the whole thing was fucked up.
Yeah, I think the whole thing's fucked up because he was
Halloween costume idea for Joel, Hugh Hefner. Smoking jacket, pipe, slippers, velvet.
I can't be that guy. I'll do it, but you have to be Che Guevara.
Velvet velvet.
I will dress up as Che
Bottoms.
Guevara if you dress up as Hugh Hefner.
No, John Lennon. You hate him more.
First,
no.
Okay.
Who do you hate
First
the
off,
most?
if we look at Coop's facial
Well, no,
hair,
You can't be him.
you can't make me dress up as Floyd Mayweather.
if we look at Coop's facial hair situation, okay, it's not nearly as patchy as Che Avocados.
Bro avocado. Yeah.
Bro
Oh, shit, I
avocado.
appreciate
So, yeah,
that.
you gotta
I
do
got a
John
real
Lennon.
patchy
Yeah.
beard.
So you would have to have real fucking Joe Dirt white trash, like not connecting. So
I think you should do
like
John
exactly
Lennon
what
for
I-
Halloween.
Now I was going to say,
and I'll do.
maybe Vladimir
Hefner.
Lenin, but not John Lennon.
I think I could pull off a Vladimir Lenin.
Is he a mustache wearer?
That's true.
Or Vladimir Putin. That'd be cool.
No, he doesn't have a mustache though.
You have to cut it for the Halloween special.
Never gonna happen.
Well, you can't cut it. It's made of steel. I know.
Color it and go Sam Elliott in fucking.
Oh, I thought you were going to say color it skin color and then still be Vladimir Putin. A tombstone mustache?
Tombstone.
You know, funny thing, he was
Or-
what was it? He was Virgil Earp
Yeah, Virgil.
Yeah.
when we were working at Amgen, and I had to go do that Halloween party at Amgen and dress up as one of the characters of Tombstone. They had all the
Yeah.
security guards dress up as a
Yeah, that was
character from
crazy because
Tombstone.
when he showed up, they just thought he was there, the actor.
I didn't even have a
And
mustache.
and
back
he
then.
could be one of the cowboys with the red sash.
You could fuck me. Wait,
No,
never
that-
mind.
Wait, which Tombstone are you talking about?
I don't believe. Oh, that was the porn parody.
It's called Tomb
I'll
Fuck.
nail that old devil in the ass.
You tell him I'm coming. He's gonna come with me.
No. Say when. Yes. Say when.
I'm your fuckleberry.
Skin that smoke wagon. Cut that out.
You gave them both barrels there, boy.
All right. So where did we leave
And this
off?
episode went on a curveball.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, they usually do.
Coop, you're going to make him read the whole thing? You're supposed to share.
No.
whenever he wants.
If you're
He's got
enjoying
the-
it,
Yeah, we're.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm enjoying it.
he's got
Yeah.
the better voice. Anyways.
I'm getting real deep there. In ABC's dossiers, Carissa claimed that she became pregnant by the 84-year-old Hefner when she was only 19.
damn, he was still dropping sperm.
Dropping loads!
Oh, dropping loads.
The cream didn't rise to the top, it sank to the bottom. It sank to the bottom of her uterus.
Right to the top of the uterus.
Frothy.
Yeah, I like it.
Frothy cream
I hate the
pie.
word froth. Just read the words. I hate the word froth. I hate it. I don't know why.
What's wrong with froth?
It's so gross. It reminds me of like a gross lake that has the green foam.
Okay,
the little
fair enough.
waves.
Is that worse than like moist?
I like moist, yeah.
Okay, moist isn't bad. What was the other
The
one?
pregnancy was moist, later terminated. I'm sorry.
Okay, wait. I think we should go with the producer's request on this one. Go as deep as you can and low. So quiet, please.
The pregnancy was later terminated. She later described Hefner as being like a rapist, saying, "To me, it's like rape. He used control mechanisms completely thorough every day, so I'm happy that I had the abortion."
Is that deep enough?
That was really loud.
Did that hit
Yeah.
the back of the cervix or the throat?
What
I'm
about
not
quiet?
sure.
Like you're whispering in a Playboy bunny's ear, but you're not whispering.
Okay, you're picture this. You're
Having never been near a playmate, Joel, I wouldn't know how to do that.
no. Just imagine you're laying in bed
Yeah, like this sexy voice.
and what you're doing. So that
Direct him, Coop. Direct him.
you're already laying.
Ruben, just listen to Coop real quick. Close your eyes.
You're already laying in bed. The deed is over and done with, and what you're doing is you're just telling a nice story.
To me, it's like rape. He used control mechanisms completely throughout everything. So I was happy that I terminated the abortion. Mika Garcia a former playmate who served as Playboy's head of promotion from 1973 to 1983, compared Hefner's leadership to a cult in the A&E documentary, saying the women had been groomed and led to believe they were part of this family. And then he really did not believe he owned these women. Garcia was also...
My glasses fogged up.
Hang on.
Yeah, that was hot.
Round of applause for Reuben on that one.
Ladies, if you like the way I read that, for $19.95, I will read your grocery list. Garcia was also keenly aware of the grueling impact Hefner had on his former girlfriends. In the documentary, she explains that there were playmates that overdosed or committed suicide due to the events taking place at the mansion. Garcia also claims that she was intimidated into not revealing the details of life in the mansion in a tell-all book. So, as we know, a lot of the dirt, I mean, the real dirty stuff that came out about Hugh didn't come out until after he died because of the NDAs.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, because of the pre-planning, and
Yeah, I mean, he
learned
was-
from his
Did he learn from
previous
Mildred?
quasi-smart
mistakes.
about certain things. But once he passed away, these girls are like, I'm making a fucking shit sandwich and put it in the blender. Fuck all yins, you know? Yes, I use the word yins, which is a common colloquial word in Western Pennsylvania, where I'm from.
Yins.
Yes, it's instead of y'all. I'm sorry.
Yins. I've never heard
I've had an
yins
adult
before.
beverage or two.
We got Reuben drunk.
Thank God.
Mission accomplished.
I'm buzzed. I'm not drunk yet.
Oh, okay. Let's
So you're hammered then,
Yeah.
because that's what I'm hammered.
Go
I
fuck
can keep
yourself.
drinking this
Yeah,
shit all night.
Goop's just sucking down that moonshine. I love it. Give him something a little sweet, and Coop's happy.
Hefner even sent someone to buy me off. When you get someone that powerful into being that fearful, anything could happen. Anything. I had a bodyguard. I was afraid.
Honestly, I would be afraid of Hugh Hefner at that point. He had enough money and he had enough connections that if he wanted to, he wouldn't even need to kill you. He could literally just
He would
ruin
just send you
your
packing.
entire fucking career. He could blackball you in the industry.
So, I know the Black Dahlia murder happened in the 50s, prior to the Playboy empire starting. But I wouldn't be surprised if Hefner had something involved in it.
He's definitely broke a few women in half.
Yeah. Dun dun dun. In January 2009, Hefner began a relationship with Crystal Harris. She joined the Shannon twins after his previous #1 girlfriend, Holly Madison, had ended their 7-year relationship. On December 24th, 2010, she became engaged to Hefner, but broke off their engagement on June 14th, 2011. Flag Day.
Whoa.
And the Army's birthday.
Yeah, that is Flag Day.
Yeah. Only 5 days before their potentially planned wedding.
So
Smart move.
This part of the story, I think, is a little. It's not heartbreaking, but it's actually kind of a good fuck you towards Hugh Hefner, where the episode of this or the issue of this magazine was already done and ready to go.
Yeah.
They had taken all the pictures. They built this up where
It's
where
a
this
big
was
thing in
the new Mrs. Hefner, and she dumped his ass. 5 days later, the magazine comes out, and on the cover,
The July issue of Playboy reached store shelves and customers' homes within days of the wedding date, featuring Harris on the cover and the photo spread as well. I like how they say photo spread. Interesting. Yeah.
even though they
The
don't spread
headline on the
same
cover
way.
yeah.
read, "Introducing America's Princess, Mrs. Crystal Hefner." Hefner and Harris subsequently reconciled and married on December 31st, 2012. Hefner was 86 years old. She was 26.
Jesus Christ. That's 60 years.
That's what Leonardo DiCaprio is going to be doing.
60 years, yeah.
not 69. He couldn't wait.
Yeah. Yeah, why don't you drink that little bit? Drink there.
Fuck.
I can't imagine being that old, going after a girl that young.
He had to be fucking thoroughly medicated in the dick department in order to fucking just enjoy anything.
Well, even just to be able to enjoy hanging out with them.
I mean, I'm thinking there's
They're
a regimen.
fucking
Well, they divorced.
exhausting.
They don't think they were
He's
enjoying
like,
much.
He's like, okay, 15 minutes before I'm going to do
No,
cock pump, then pill,
saying-
then injection,
Like for-
strangulation,
For like, what
Jerk off
is-
my dog.
then the dog. Then a goldfish comes in out of nowhere.
There had to have been a lot of medication on Hugh Hefner's side, not just for the sexual aspect of it, because obviously he was popping Viagra. That there's no question about that.
And Quaaludes.
But well, and
To open his own legs.
My boy, dude.
Not
I
to
like the
mention his-
Quaaludes part. That's
Not
dope,
to
dude.
mention his heart medication and his blood pressure
Gonna
medication.
take the nitroglycerin.
Gotta take
I'm
some of
gonna
those
make the
baby
thumbnail
aspirin.
Hugh Hefner with a photo with the girls, but I'm gonna turn all the girls into dogs.
Like dogs playing poker.
No, you have to have like
Yeah.
Okay, that would be good. Or you have like Rin Tin Tin, you have Benji, you got Lassie, like all the famous
Milo and Otis.
Milo and Otis.
Yeah.
Well,
Otis,
Milo
just
and-
Otis.
yeah,
Hollywood
just Otis.
stars of dogs.
All of the most famous dogs in Hollywood history.
And if there's a group of 4, make sure Scooby-Doo's in there because we're all inclusive here on Iconoblast.
Oh, yeah, no, we
You know,
gotta-
because,
Drink.
hey, if you remember, Hugh dabbled. Hugh
well,
dabbled.
not only is that representative of,
In dogs, but in males.
but also the hentai and the furry community. We don't kink shame here. How the fuck did a guy that age have any sort of fun hanging out with women that young?
What the fuck did they talk about?
That's what I'm saying. It would be fucking exhausting.
Grandpa, tell me a story. Tell me about World War II.
I don't think he was trying that hard by
Tell me
then.
about the Great Depression.
Hey, what'd
It
you
was
do
all
in
just
World
for the
War II,
photos
Hugh?
by then.
I wrote for a paper. I wrote dirty stories.
Oh, do you know what a newspaper is? Because back in my day, where we got the information was from a newspaper.
Before
We
those
buy it from the
goddamn
paper boys on
iPads,
the
we had
street.
paper.
I just don't understand how that relationship was fun for anybody in either direction. It was all transactional. Like Hugh Hefner got to look good having these hot women around him, and then
They
the
had to
women
fuck 'em.
got to.
They were more like slaves than employees.
Concubines.
Yeah. Yeah,
Couldn't do anything. Couldn't go anywhere.
that entire situation seems so fucking miserable for everybody involved.
And then had to pretend that it was the best all the time.
Like, what is the
around?
what is the draw for anybody in that situation? Because the girls aren't even like they're getting $1,000 a week, but they have
They're
restrictions
getting
on what they can.
$1,000 a week, STDs, possibly pregnant.
No, they're getting $1,000 a week, but they have to pay for all their own shit.
Yeah.
So it's not
Okay, so they-
really.
So-
That'd be like working here. Like you get $1,000 a week, but you have to buy all the cameras for your podcast.
Yeah, or you get $1,000 a week, but we're gonna fuck you once a week. Yeah. Whether you
Wait,
like
no,
it
but
or
that's
not.
that's
Okay, so,
happening.
yeah,
Tuesday
that's
after
a little-
RPR, everybody lines up. Okay, Ross, I'm ready.
Yeah.
All right. Just got to pretend that you're into it.
You're like, it's only 1 minute. I need this job.
It just seems like such an exhausting situation for everybody to be in. I don't know who it's enjoyable for.
Now, I'm not judging you, anybody that works here, but does that explain why the Ottoman is still sitting front and center? That Tuesdays after RPR, you all have to line up.
It's decorational.
We don't talk about it.
It's
I
decorative
think
We've all
and
signed a-
I think it's functional.
We've all signed an NDA.
In January
We're not allowed to talk
2016,
about it.
the Playboy Mansion was put on the market for $200 million on the condition that Hugh Hefner could continue to work and live in the mansion. What work really did he do at this point?
I don't think there was any work going on in the mansion for God knows how many years at that point.
God bless him for that, though. That's gangster.
Later that year, it was sold to Darren Metropolis, a principal and private equity firm company, for $100 million. So he listed it for $2 and only got half of what he wanted.
He only paid.
So he still got that divorce he didn't want.
Well, no, he only paid $1.1 million for it. That's a
Yeah, he
a good
made
amount.
money on it, but still.
good amount of money for it. I mean, fuck him anyway. But
Metropolis planned to reconnect the Playboy Mansion property with a neighboring estate that he purchased in 2009, combining the two for a 7.3-acre compound at his own private residence. Hefner died September 27th, 2017, at his home, the Playboy Mansion. He was 91. Hefner had bought the mausoleum drawer next to Marilyn Monroe in Westwood Memorial Park in Los Angeles, where he was buried September 30th.
He's buried next to Marilyn Monroe?
in the drawer right next to Marilyn.
That little slut.
Same mausoleum.
So it all comes back. Marilyn was issue number 1, centerfold, and Hugh dies and lies in turn next to her for eternity.
What is all this noise over here? Who's whispering? Speak out loud. Say what
it
you were
loud and
saying.
Say it proud.
It doesn't matter what you said.
He said something like he doesn't know what it sounded like to me with headphones on.
So 91, that was the math that we were curious about earlier of how old he was whenever he passed away.
91. Okay.
91.
Made it to 91 years old. He outlived a bunch of the playmates that were working for him.
He gets to sleep next to Marilyn Monroe every night?
For the rest of eternity. Joe
Fucking
DiMaggio
cunt.
doesn't even get to fucking sleep next to her for the rest of his eternity.
You know, there was a story. You know, I don't know how much of sports fans you guys are, but Joe DiMaggio, who was the husband of Marilyn Monroe.
Yes.
Okay, there's a story that Pete Rose, another famous baseball player, said that they did a USO tour in Vietnam in the early 1970s, and Joe DiMaggio went. And they're in Vietnam, and it's very hot, and Joe wakes Pete up and goes, "Hey, man, I'm going to take a shower." He's like, "Okay." They're at this base camp, and they had 55-gallon drums that they had to fill water full and pour on it. And Pete Rose said, "Yeah, I met Joe DiMaggio. He's a penis with a man attached to him." And he said this like in an interview, and I was like, "Holy crap. No wonder Marilyn fucking went after him. You know, he got the Italian sausage."
The Italian stallion.
Yeah. He's like, "Oh, stroke the shaft, play with the balls."
Is that what Joe DiMaggio sounded like?
No.
Yeah, no, it is. It's exactly what he sounded like.
Exactly what he sounded like.
Yeah.
I can't confirm or deny it, but I just thought that was an interesting tidbit, you know, to add to the story.
He was packing, so she always kept coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what keeps Kevin Costner in
Drink.
business.
Once you go cannoli, you never go back. Oh, wait, that doesn't make.
It doesn't rhyme, but it works.
I'm gonna
Once
just
you go cannoli, you're known as a holy. Oh.
Richard.
Once
You got to
go
come over here and
cannoli,
sit in my seat.
You ruin
Yeah.
your holy.
No, but this is the end of the show, right? Mm-hmm. So before we go, I want to make the producers sit here, see what it's like.
Ooh,
But also
yeah.
to thank you, you got to come on. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna watch the footage later and be like, God damn it.
You can always edit Richard out.
All right,
Yeah.
change places.
Yeah. Switch.
Well, you're gonna have to do the outro because I'm usually too drunk or tired to remember that.
Do you
I'll
think
tell
I'm
you,
not?
I was doing my best to try to
That's the way every
switch
single
the
show
frames.
is. I'm drunk and I'm
And
tired. I'm like,
it may not be the
it's time to
best,
close
but
this episode out.
I did my best.
Remember,
to switch the frames.
you know, don't take things for face value. This is Kip Kippers, and this is fucking Richard Enough. I'm not important.
You sound exactly like me when you do that.
I'm trying to slur my speech, and
Your phone, Joe.
Oh
your phone's
shit!
back?
Sure, his phone is in the house.
Ladies
It's been
and gentlemen,
lost since 11:30 this morning.
Joel Benner's phone has returned to the building. He accidentally left it inside of an Uber earlier in the day.
Well, let's get the Uber driver on the show to close the show out.
I
Yeah.
believe Joel is going to tip the driver
You just
for
got to go outside and give him
retrieving.
a little blowy.
It's
was,
known as a Hefner in the business that he's going to.
I'll tell you, I'm usually not awake this late, and this was quite a pleasure.
I'm glad
to be able to do that, and then
welcome to the Iconoblast podcast.
Have Reuben on. Yes.
No, we already got past that point. Where
just with Reuben on and the way that all you guys interacted together, I very much enjoyed this.
And today is the first day we've ever met.
No joke.
I mean, it's been hours.
Before, like yesterday, I didn't even know what you looked like.
Yeah, you guys need to be best friends.
For over a year now.
Yeah.
With the way that you coached him
this is how
to do
good
the
this
low
podcast
voice.
is, ladies and gentlemen. We've only known each other for mere hours, and we flow like water.
Oh, yeah, it's like we've been fucking for years.
You guys could read fucking short stories to women on Patreon and make $1 million.
So watch this fall for Coop and Reuben's erotic stories, the $55 Patreon level.
You two could make all the money.
We could definitely do that.
Yeah,
for sure.
I've been told that our sultry voiced.
I mean, Beth has him call in just to read
make
fucking stories to her.
I would read an erotic novel with you any day of the week. Doesn't matter what role I'm playing. I will read the ladies' part. I will read the guys' part.
Honestly,
I mean, it's going to sound the same way.
I'm saying 12 pages. You have 6. I have 6. We go back and forth like it's a battle.
I think that needs to be.
And whoever gets Joel the hardest wins.
Okay, that's I'm kind of the ringer there.
There you go.
Plenty of years of experience. There's no way that I
he can. But he's in town, so he can flick that bean at the same time.
Your tongue's not involved this time. Just your voice.
Oh, we have to do this from like audio only.
So unless he puts so if he's doing a Howard Stern, he's sitting on the bass. Just,
okay, that's going to make it a little bit harder, but I kind of know some of the secrets.
Oh, you know what pulls his trigger?
Finger in the butthole.
Again, no touchy.
Oh shit. Okay, that's. All right, this is going to be a competition then.
I'm not going to make it easy on you. No, I'm not going to concede.
I'm down for it though. I am down for it.
What do you say, boss?
Should I come back in?
Yeah.
Here, let's switch.
How's your phone?
I guess I'll tell. Did you guys see that motherfucker?
A little creepy.
Yeah, you look.
Briefly, and
yeah, you should have brought him on the show.
We saw you go outside and give him a Hefner.
Yeah. It's big too, man. My back of my throat hurts.
Whoa! The Hefner's just hands.
No, I had to suck a dick to get my phone.
Ooh.
Oh, so he got
Lewinsky.
He got the old.
Lewinsky.
No, he got the old Linda Lovelace.
Oh.
He's. Fucking Craigers, dude.
What's funny is that's the most physical.
Prone with this entire ass out.
Exercise Craig's done in like a month. I know.
I'm not that rich.
All right, let's go ahead and close this episode out so we can.
I got my phone.
Actually, have a little party here before we got to go.
All right.
Congratulations.
Wait, we got to do it. We got to record the ads.
Yeah, we'll do the ads too. You want it for the video or just?
If you're not sleeping on a ghost
video
bed,
too,
you fucking suck.
If you have them, we should just bang them out real quick.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize if they were on there. Yeah. Brought to you by Astro.
We can wrap it first and then do the ads.
Yeah, let's wrap it and do the ads.
All right. Well, I got my phone, so now I'm happy. I'm sorry that I ruined the show like 3 times this episode.
Joel, you didn't ruin it. You enhanced it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think that you ruined it any more than anybody else ruined it, myself included.
But you guys saw that guy, right? He was. I wasn't lying about how weird and creepy that guy was.
I know he was big. He looked.
Are you talking about Hugh Hefner or the Uber driver?
Uber driver. He fell asleep when he dropped on the way. Dropped me off. He fell asleep.
No, he looked like.
Because we talked about some shit tonight.
He looked like that comedian. What's his name? Not Anthony Jeselnik, but Brian. Brian Posehn. Yeah, it reminded me a lot of Brian Posehn.
His eyes were so baggy. He had the biggest
Craig
bags.
from behind the 3-point line.
He's working all goddamn day. You got to give him a break.
Shut up.
His dog was at the vet because he was jerking it off too much.
It's an honest mistake to make. All right, so
well, Reuben, thank you so much for being here.
All right,
dude,
here we go.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Tip of the cap to both of you. It's an honor.
God bless you for being here, putting up with us.
It has been an honor to have you on the show. Like you were one of the earliest listeners that we ever had any sort of interaction with.
I took a chance
on the Jack set.
I took a
Yeah, you
chance
supported us
on
from
a
day one,
podcast
yeah.
I didn't know, with a man with a mustache, and I was like, I'm going to follow him into the gates of hell.
I think you were just jealous of his voice.
No.
No. That's
No, you were like, that might be my son. Fuck, I should probably support him.
No, because he said his age. I'm like doing the math. I'm like, it's not possible. Maybe a younger brother, because I have a sibling this age.
Brothers.
But I'm kind of pissed off that he got the height that I was supposed to get.
Do you know my mom? Okay, stupid question. Every guy does. No, it really has been awesome to have you on the show, man.
It's been cool.
You know, talking to you for so long, and then finally getting to meet you in person and see that how goddamn handsome you are.
I'm not that.
You're pretty handsome.
I am nothing compared to you two.
No, you are.
Have another drink because I did the Arnold voice for you.
I am just the older version of Coop, so this is what you got to look forward to.
Hey, you know what? I'll take it. I will take it. Any day of the week, I'll take it. Maybe tonight I'll take it.
Me too.
Wink.
I hope I look that good when I'm 80.
I'm not a receiver. I'm the dominant.
So it works.
Okay.
I don't see what the problem is.
Always?
Always? Yeah, switch back and forth every now and then.
Just a little switchy, like once a week?
I'm that right-handed, bro.
You got no chance then.
Yeah.
All right. Nothing wrong with that.
You're more of a behind-the-scenes watcher.
No, I'll film it.
Direct us.
All right. Well, that's it for this episode of the Iconoblast Podcast. You can follow us on Instagram at Iconoblast Podcast. You can follow me at Coop Nukem. You can follow Joel at Joel R. Benner. Our merchandise is live now.
Yeah.
You can go to the Drinkin' Bros store.
Shop.drinkinbros.com and just search in the search menu Iconoblast and it all comes up.
Search Iconoblast. You can check out all of our new merchandise. Buy a piece of every single type of merchandise that we have, and there's going to be more coming. We're going to have stickers. We're going to have hats. We're going to have
leather-studded nut
stickers,
cups.
hats.
leather-studded nut cups.
We have the
studs
Fuck
on
John
the
Lennon
inside.
shirt. We've got the Aquatic Cloaca shirt.
You
can search those specifically and they come right up too.
Iconoblast.
Yeah, if you switch it to new releases, they come right up.
Iconoblast.
Or just the typical shadows of YouTube that's on the normal Iconoblast.
Yeah, just the normal logos on there too.
Yeah, you'll find a little bit of everything. Iconoblast dildos coming soon.
Yep.
It's gonna be shaped
And
like a whale penis.
Drinkin' Bros knows we're fucking broke, so we get all the money from it. They're not taking a cut or anything. Literally not taking a cut. We get all that money, so please help us.
They are being
There may be a fleshlight. There may be a fleshlight mold of both of these guys.
Help us.
Of their cloacas.
Yeah, we took molds of both of our buttholes.
Yeah.
And both of our penises
We did?
also.
I was asleep again.
His cloaca has some
Oh, we were
mustache.
talking about making Team Coop and Team Joel shirts, but maybe instead of our faces, it should be our buttholes.
All right.
Okay,
Well,
you need to
anyway,
calm down.
also make sure to check out the Iconoblast YouTube channel every Monday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can join us in the live chat for our Monday night premieres. Until then, my name has been Matt Cooper. That is Reuben Snyder.
And I'm Joel Benner.
That is Joel
Later.
Benner, and we are reminding you to never take anything at face value.
Wait, before we go though, I'm gonna pan a camera. Go to the wide camera. I'm gonna pan it so people can see who the fuck is here. What song should we play while this is happening?
Everybody hurts.
Smack my bitch up.
Yeah, play some Prodigy.
It doesn't matter. The talent was behind the camera. Oh, he's the weird guy. You obviously don't know us very well. We choose to have a mustache.
Oh, yeah, this was...
What's that?